Well, I'm happy to be here. East or West home is best. And I spend a lot of time here, and I'm so happy to spend time here with the villagers and with my wife. I have a lot of time. And I'm a very happy man to be here.
High school, which one did you go to?
Primary school, I used to go. There's a school here called Kabirone Primary School. 6 kilometers from here. I used to walk every day. 6 kilometers to and fro. That's 12 kilometers every day for 7 years. That's our journey. You know, we have come from very far. You know,
12 kilometers.
12 kilometers every day.
It's very far.
In pursuit of education. Then I went to Kianyaga High School in Kirinyaga. That is in Gichogu. From 1 to 6, same school. Before I joined the University of Nairobi in 1985.
Performance-wise, ulikuwa unachezea wapi?
Mimi niko sawa. Makaratasi? A1.
Nilisikia ulikuwa steamer.
I'm a guy who knows, I'm good at what I do. I believe in TQM. Do you know what is TQM?
No idea.
Total quality management. Get it right the first time. Whatever I touch, I must get. That's where. What I go for, I must get. So when you go to high school, your destination is university. So once I went to high school, I went to university. My whole DNA revolves around TQM. Getting it right the first time.
TQM. I'll take that home. That is the University of Nairobi is where you became a DJ.
Oh yeah, I was a DJ for fun and for making money. I'm also a businessman.
You made money from DJing?
Oh yeah.
Chiki chiki wiki wiki.
Oh, well. I bought a disco system at a cost of about 25,000. That was a lot of money then. So to be equivalent today of about 20 million. That was in the 80s, and I would charge to DJ for you one night 1,500.
1,000 shilling?
Yeah, 1,500. So it was lots of money. And the equipment was mine, and I decided, why do I have to employ a DJ? I own the equipment, I'm the DJ, so I don't have to pay extra money to anybody else.
What was the DJ name?
My disco, it was a mobile disco. It was called Jaguar Disco, from the word Gashagwa. Jaguar Disco. I love music too. So those were the days when Kool and the Gang was on top. Celebrations, it was a top hit. Michael Jackson, Thriller, top hit, Off the Wall. You know, we enjoyed, soul music.
Good dancer.
Oh yeah, break dance.
You would pop and lock it.
Oh yeah. Wow. That was around break dance was top around 1984. Just between high school and university. And we really enjoyed break dance. I remember going to watch the movie at Kenya Cinema opposite Basenda Hotel. I was very thrilled, and from there we really trained to dance. It was dangerous too. A few fellows broke their necks
with the breakdance.
Oh yeah,
breaking neck doing the b-ball, the flip thing.
Some crazy fellows in the village, without having learned the ropes, you just try to copy us, and then a few fellows broke their necks. But I love music. I like Mogidi. I like one-man guitar. I like soul music. I like country music. I love Ken Rogers. I love Don Williams. Crystal Gale. And I'm happy now that I'm here. I take time to listen to music.
What do you do for fun? What's like a fun day to you look like? What does it
Mostly, look like? I'm a guy who loves music. In fact, I have a band, and I have a guy called Manoa and a lady called Shiro. They are my friends for many years. They are very good one-man once in a while I call them here, and we chill the night away, listening to music and dancing with the mama boys. You know, now I can't take her to a discotheque. She's a pastor.
So you bring the discotheque to her.
Long time ago, I used to take her to Doshe. You know Doshe?
Yeah.
In Koinange Street?
Yeah, I heard about it.
We would dance the night away. But since she became a pastor, I can't now take her to the discotheque. There's too much alcohol, too much smoking, and too many manenos.
Okay.
So I had to look for a way and purchased a band. And when we feel like dancing, we call people, they come and we play and we dance, you know, and we enjoy ourselves.
It's called big money talk. You feel like dancing, you purchase a band. Yeah. You guys, correct? Oh, wow. Do you really have free time nowadays? I always see, like, on the videos, WAMUNYORO is always full, the parking lot everywhere. Do you have, like, a day that you just wake up and you're like, mama boys, leo itinerary kwa iko free. Unambia, okay, let's go chill.
Mondays are my days.
Oh, okay.
She's a pastor, so Mondays are her day. I also don't work on Mondays unless there's an emergency.
Okay.
We take time to stay as family, talk with our sons. We call them, we have a discussion. We spend time with her, read, cook, enjoy good food.
Who cooks?
She does.
Okay.
I consume. Yeah.
Okay.
Long time ago, I used to cook for my mother. You know, my late mother loved chapatis.
Okay.
And when I came from school, I was her favorite boy. I was the youngest among her sons, and I would make chapatis for her.
Okay.
And then in the evening, I would wash her feet, massage her feet, make her feel good, make her feel loved.
Okay.
You know, I really miss my mother. She passed on, I think, in 2019.
Okay.
And she was very important to my life.
Okay.
And impacted a lot on who I am today.
You are a mama's boy?
I used to, I was mama's boy.
Okay.
Yeah, I was mama, but I was not spoiled.
Ah, okay.
She wouldn't take weaklings around her. You know, I remember my mother one day in the village, I was beaten by some boys. And I came home crying to her. And instead of sympathizing, she beat me up. Says, how can you be beaten? Whose son are you? Get off. Go away. Coward, useless. How? You're coming here saying you have been beaten. Who beat you? A boy. How old? My age. How many years? 2. How many eyes? How many hands? 2. And then, how many hands do you have? 2. Go and fight it out there. The world is very rough, my son. If every day you are beaten, you come here crying, you'll be run over in this world. That changed my life.
You went to war?
Nobody can beat me up.
Akirusha umerusha?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. You know, I'm mama's boy, and she taught me to be a guy of courage and to fight for my space in whatever circumstance.
It's like nobody can beat you, but there's a story that you were once slapped in State House. You've had the story,
You make me laugh.
But you've had the story. You were like...
Me?
RIIGGY? Ulipewa moja pap.
Who would slap me? Who?
We weren't there. We just see the stories online.
Who dare? If
So
anybody ever dared slap me, doesn't matter. I'll square it up with him or her, whoever he is. What do you mean?
Kirusha umerusha?
Oh yeah, nobody can slap me. Even sometimes William Ruto would shout at me, I shout back. What? Kwani?
That was one of those moments where we heard that you banged the table.
Oh, he banged the table for me, I bang it back. Kwani?
Is that do me, I do you type of business?
Oh, absolutely, my brother. That's what my mother taught me. And it has served me well. I fight for my space around. Nobody pushes me around. I cannot be pushed around by anybody. I fight for my space.
Okay.
You respect me, I respect you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's mom over there, the one on the wall.
Yeah, that's the late Mother Kirigo. Great woman. Great woman.
And then this is dad.
As Mzee Nahashon Gachagua Riani, he passed on at 105.
Oh, wow.
And I'm praying to God that I have his genes. If I can do 110.
What you eat?
My father did 105.
Yes. Now you are?
I'm hoping I can do, I'm at 60. I'm hoping I can do
You're
110.
halfway?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jim kidogo?
This is my father. My father, the last 5 years, lived with me. And I spent a lot of time with him, and he taught me great things. One of the things he taught me that has served me well is never to fight with women. When they go up, you go down. And he'll tell me, once you go down, they'll come down and fight you where you are. So why do you want to fight with your wife and shouting back and forth? Just keep quiet. And she just calm down.
Okay.
My father would tell me, don't take life too seriously and don't take it too lightly. Just be there in the middle. And also don't insist too much on anything. If you try so much and it's not working, leave it. Start something else. Those lessons of my great father have served me well.
Yeah.
I don't take life too seriously. I don't take it too lightly.
Okay.
Stay in the middle.
Okay.
If I try something and it's not working, I leave it. I try something else.
Something else.
And it has served me well.
Okay. So, who is that in memory of a great man? That picture there?
That is my late brother, governor, the late governor of Nyeri, Nderitu Gachagua.
Oh, okay.
He was my brother and my friend and companion. We were very tight. Okay. And I put that picture there because it inspires me.
Okay.
He was a great leader. He was a great businessman, and he loved people. And I follow in his footsteps. And any day I look at him there, I become a better person. He inspires me a lot. So those are my late parents, and I have my brother and another late brother.
Okay.
Yeah, he was in South Africa. I didn't get a good picture of him. I'm going to look for his wife to send me a picture so that I also put it here. It's called Dr. Wachira.
You guys are still in good terms with the wife and the family?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. We are one strong family.
Okay.
Many people try to come in between us for politics, but we are
they've been
tight.
doing a few things
We are very tight as a family. We have been brought up well, and we are very tight as a family.
Okay. I've seen among the pictures you have, there's also these pictures. Yeah, Davido, do you have them? Yeah, the other pictures I've seen. Davido, play them, then you let me know when you've played them. The pictures of President Ruto, I've seen they're also here. You've put them next to some of your pictures over there, some of the portraits that you've been drawn. Davido, you have them? In 30 seconds, you show them? Yeah, so I've seen, apart from the RIIGGY emblem, is that an emblem? You can call it that, right? Yeah, that one, the one in the wall clock. Who's that in the wall clock? Oh, it's him in the wall clock? Yeah, then now we have the President Ruto pictures. You have them? They're on the screen? Okay. While it's getting them, I thought you and President Ruto are not friends. How come you still have his pictures in your house, and one and it's not two?
Wow. Those pictures of William Ruto are pictures taken in this house.
Okay.
William Ruto was a frequent visitor to this home. Okay. And Pastor Dorcas, my wife, has cooked for him many times. He was always here as he sought my support to become president.
Yeah.
And we took those pictures outside here. The many times he came on calling, looking for my friendship, looking for my support, bonding so that I could support him to become president. So the pictures have been there.
Okay.
And we had a discussion when he betrayed us and mobilized members of parliament and government to hound me out of office, whether to remove them. But I made a decision to let them stay there because they are a constant reminder of betrayal. Yeah, when I see William Ruto in that picture, a man who came here many times, calling, eating in his house, staying here for long, taking tea, asking me to call people for him to talk to. When he betrayed me in such a vicious manner, I decided that his picture should stay there so that when I come in,
the first thing you see
I see him,
yeah,
and I remember about betrayal. So when people come to see me here, I look at them very closely. Because when I look at him, I remember how he betrayed me.
Okay.
I look for possible betrayers. Yeah? And I'm very careful.
You're saying that looking at me keenly.
I am very careful with people now.
Yeah.
Because I have learned not to trust people I know well.
Okay.
And his picture there is a constant reminder to me to be careful. Even as people are here talking, I measure what I say. I don't tell them too much. I'm careful not to give my all.
Yeah.
Because I've been betrayed by a man. I thought he was a good man. He was a Christian. He was saved, and then he betrayed me. Yeah. So that picture will remain there forever for my life. So that anytime I see him, I remember about betrayal. And then I'm careful about the people who come to talk to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't see it coming, though?
I didn't see it coming until late. The guy is good. Deception? Pretty. Wow.
we get that conversation.
I'm a man who has lived long. I'm not very stupid. I'm not too clever, but I'm not too stupid. I'm just here in the middle.
In between.
Yeah, I'm a graduate. I'm a political scientist. And the guy actually conned me. I didn't see it coming. I believed him. Can you imagine? When I went to an arrangement with this guy without writing anything, I believed the guy. Because he would come here and pray for us. And there is a pastor in this house. And the guy is the one who wants to pray, you know. So you know, I've really never been taken in by somebody in my life.
Okay.
This guy is amazing, you know, in terms of deception and conmanship. Wow. He's in a class of his own. But here I am. I'm a better person. I'm very careful.
Okay.
I don't take sweet language anymore for what it is.
Andika chini.
Hakuna mtu mimi naweza kubaliana na chochote leo bila kuandikania. Na kuwe na mashahidi na mawakili na copies. I cannot. Never.
Haukuwa na hata document moja?
Nothing.
Word of mouth?
Word of mouth.
I got you, good. You got me, let's go.
The guy would even come here and cry. Tears. Yeah. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Machozi hivi?
Machozi.
Hapa kwa nyumba?
Yeah, when you see a grown-up man crying, you feel for him.
About what?
He was, you know, I was a great friend of Uhuru Kenyatta. I was his PA. And at one point, he felt like I'm under so much pressure from my family and other people to go back to Uhuru Kenyatta. And he knew if I left him, he's done. So he was here crying. My brother, please, I beg you, don't leave me. I've suffered. I'm a good man. I'm a Christian. My brother, let's stay together. You know, crying tears. And I said, okay, Pastor, let's help this man.
So akilia ulikuwa unadu?
I was in shock.
Hata serviette?
Sasa mtu mzima analia machozi anakulilia. Please, my brother, don't abandon me. Yeah? So, but I can tell you, if there's a guy who is deceptive,
so guy. The tears, machozi, kumbe machozi is your, mom, kumbe ni machozi ndio.
You know, if there's a woman crying or children,
yeah,
you take it just so lightly. But a grown-up man over 50 crying, and a leader for that matter, you know, you take it very, very, very seriously.
And those tears made you form a government with someone without writing nothing down?
He made me abandon my brother, my kinsman Uhuru Kenyatta, a man I had worked with for many years, whom we had come very far. And he conned me to abandon my own brother and friend through deception. But that's a story for another day. We are better people. Yeah, we are better people. Another day, we are very careful, extremely careful.
Okay.
And we don't trust.
Okay.
We don't.
Weka kwa karatasi.
So not just karatasi. A lot of due diligence and research.
Okay.
Who is this man? Who is the father? Who is the mother? Where did he grow up? Where did he go to school? Who knows him? Which deal has he ever done with somebody and it has succeeded?
Okay.
You must do due diligence of the character of anybody you want now to deal with.
Yeah.
Because what has happened to me and my community and the country, I mean, is unprecedented. How do you corner a whole community? You know?
We'll get to that conversation.
Reverends, pastors, you know?
We'll get to that.
Men of God, you know?
We are coming there.
You know, I'm telling you, we must be very, very careful.
Okay.
And those are the lessons that I've learned, and I'm grateful to God that I have time now to rectify, and in my future endeavors and relationships, I am more informed.
We'll work on it.
Yeah.
Okay. So before we get to the political side, how you met President Ruto, then how your coalition, your partnership worked, and also we've seen a lot of things happening in the government, from the cabinet reshuffling and everything. We're going to get to that. There's some part here that a lot of people don't have a lot of information on. Let's talk about marriage. Yeah. You've been married for a while. I want us to talk about that one, how you met, where you met, and what's about. But before that, let me talk to my people about Phone World. You can have your hour. Okay. This show has also been powered by Phone World. They're the people who enabled me to be able to stream with this amazing gadget over here. So if you want to get yourself a classic gadget, any type of phone, whether it is Android or it is ingine naitwaje? Si Android nini iko nayo? iPhone. Apple, see iOS. That one. iPhones, Samsungs, we're talking about Technos, Infinixes, and all those likes, and all the gadgets. Talk to Phone World. Their number is on the screen. They're also in town. They are trustworthy. Yeah, umesikia RIIGGY amesema you have to work with people that you trust. Yes, Phone World, you can trust them. Na mambo yao ni halal. Hapana kitu wanafanya yenye iko haram. All right. Where did you meet Mom?
This girl here confused me when I was a bit green. And I think she was a student. She was first year at Kenyatta University, and I was third year at Nairobi University. Okay. And I was a student leader. So I was the chairman of Nyeri University Student Association, and I went to KU where she was looking for students from Nyeri. I wanted to go for a delegation to see President Moi. Way back, I think in 1986 or 87. Okay. I'm not sure. I think in 1987. And when I was there looking for students from Nyeri, you know, she talked to me whether she could also come.
Oh, she asked you if you could come?
Yeah, and she's from Murang'a, so I said, why do you want to come? But when I looked at her twice, she looked very beautiful. Yeah, so...
You're like, yes, of course you can come.
I decided, although, you know, she's not from Nyeri, her beauty can give her some through pass.
A beauty will make her come from Nyeri.
Yeah.
You're inside.
So she came with me to the delegation, and then from there, one thing led to another. The rest is history. Yeah, one thing led to another. And I'm very grateful that I met her. Okay. That day I went to the university and came across her. Probably if I was not a leader, I would not have come across her.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Maybe another useless character would have grabbed her for a wife. And it will be so wasted, you know. So, and we became good friends later on. I brought her to my parents and all that. And we've been together, I think, 35 years now, I think, or so.
Okay.
And I thank God. Yeah, she's a pillar of my life.
Okay.
She's an advisor to me. She's the mother to my children. And today she looks after my farms, my businesses, and I don't do much myself. Yeah, even when we come here, I just enter the house, she goes to the farm, workers, everything, and she's also a good companion. Yeah, okay. She keeps me company, and at my lowest moment, she has always been there for me.
Yeah.
Many men in my station will not be having a wife. True. I know many friends who things have not worked, and the wives who used to have a lot of comfort have ran away to America, to Britain. And many people whose businesses have collapsed, they would walk away. Many wives I know.
Yeah.
would have been the wife of the deputy president, and then he is removed from office.
Yeah.
Quite a number would have taken off to comfort and to power. But Pastor Dorcas has stood with me at one time. And I think she was never after my money or after power. She was after my love and my companionship. Because I've lost many things, and she's still here. Yeah. Don't have friends whose wives, when things have not worked, have taken off, to better.
Are you a romantic?
Well, I wouldn't know.
Ama you are wood twende bora.
Labda utauliza yeye.
Kumbaya ma flowers manini.
Utauliza yeye, but when I was at university, I used to write poems for her. Yeah.
Okay.
Dorcas, honey among rocks, lemon of the cloister, soothing balm, the apple of my eye.
Wait. Okay.
Because I'm a poet too. And she is a beneficiary of my poetry. And I think that is how she got into the box. I love poetry. And by the way, now that I have time, I must start writing poems for her. New ones. New ones. I think I must now do some bit of poetry.
Yeah.
And if that's what you call romantic, then yeah, I don't know. You'll have to ask her.
What's her favorite food?
Now at our age, favorite food now becomes very relative.
Organic.
Yeah,
So there
are too many rules now.
Yeah.
That I don't know. She loves choma, especially the one that is fatty. Even now. She loves choma. I see her enjoying choma. And that's how I've lost almost half my goats in the farm. Yeah. But they are her goats as well. So, so they are not lost, but she loves choma.
Okay.
Yeah, and she also likes cakes, sugary ones, And sometimes it's a bit tempting for me. I don't like sugary things.
Okay.
But when she's eating and you can see the way she is enjoying and salivating, you want to pick up a piece.
Okay. So, if you look at couples now, one thing that you tell them to do differently, maybe that has worked for your marriage for this over that 5 years, because couples nowadays, people don't stay for long. 2-3 years divorce, wameachana, wamefanya nini. What are we doing different that you guys did better?
I think couples have to improve communication.
Okay.
Talking heals. And when you talk, you sort out issues.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you make conclusions without proper information.
Yeah.
And you make very hasty decisions. But when you give your partner time to explain and you listen, and you are understanding, and you're also not too quick to conclude. I like to ask our young people to be very patient with their partners.
Yeah.
And to try to also to understand them, because also people who are born by different parents in different homes, brought up differently, cannot think the same way.
True,
so the first 5 years of marriage, in my own experience and other couples that I know, are quite stormy and rocky. And if you are not careful, you can lose it. Again, you compare that one with a plane taking off. The taking off is normally very stormy.
Yeah.
But once the plane has taken off, it stabilizes. And then in high altitude, you have a very smooth ride. Again, you'll have another problem when it is landing. True. So is marriage. The beginning can be very rocky and stormy. And if God is kind to you and you understand each other and you are able to steer the marriage to success, you enjoy relatively comfort.
Okay.
Then in the later years, especially the women become oversensitive. And they require a lot of attention. Okay. And then the old man is also now aging. He may not be able to give as much attention. And that's how you have found many couples. Women have taken over to America to stay with their children. True. Who are giving them more attention. Because women love attention.
Yeah.
Lots of it, by the way. And if you don't give it to them, they'll get it elsewhere. So as they get old, that attention normally shifts the children. That's why you find many children are more closer to their mothers than their fathers.
True.
But I would like to urge our young people to be very patient with their partners. And marriage works, but you have to work on it. It's not an automatic thing. You have to put work into it.
True.
You have to cultivate friendship. You have to cultivate companionship. You have to cultivate understanding and learning to tolerate each other, because it's not easy for people who have come from different backgrounds just to gel like that. You have to put quite a bit of work
on it.
Yeah.
She's born again now. She's a pastor. Are we hoping for a bishop from your end?
Well, you never know. It's possible.
Are you born again?
I am saved. I am.
Okay.
I don't preach. I am not ordained.
Okay.
But I'm a believer.
Okay.
And I'm a very staunch Christian. I have a lot of faith in Christian values.
Okay.
And that's why I cope with my wife. She's a pastor, I'm not, but we agree because the basics are the same.
Okay.
She believes in God, I do. Yeah. And she preaches the word of God. I practice. Yeah. So we have got good synergy.
Okay.
I don't want to say I'll be a bishop, but one of these days when I retire from public service,
okay.
You never know.
know.
And you know, political leadership and preaching are in the same, is the same thing.
Okay.
Because your catchment audience is the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So there you have it about the love story of Mr. and Mrs. Gachagua. Now we want to switch gears kidogo. Now let's talk about the stint that you've had from, I know you had a stint of being a teacher, an untrained teacher at some point. And then somehow you ended up being a DO at some point. You're very close to President Moi at some point. I want us to talk about that one. But before that one, I want to let you know every Saturday, catch brand new episode of Vipindire on YouTube. Comment, like, and subscribe on that channel. It's a brand new channel. Kabuda is doing an amazing job with the Kebe mimics over there. Victor Naman is also over there. And of course, Ainea Nabuera, aka Zalasia. They're doing an amazing job on Vipindire every Saturday. Check this out.
My friend.
Takula hedi ya meno ati namba gani?
Leta kok bwana.
Unajua mimi ni mtoto ya mauau.
Wewe kelele mingi ya hapa na
pale
kwa
mkono. Kama utakanyanga Meru after kufukuza CJ, si upite hiyo line, si upite.
Sasa hii maneno ya sasa nikipita utafanya nini? Nikipita
Members, mnaonaje members? Mimi naambia kwamba Moji si mbaya. Moji sasa ikitaenda huko sasa itakuja na mvua na watu sasa watapanda mahindi. Watu watapanda
sasa safari ile. Mimi nikiwa pale nimeketi pale kwa ndoto, Faruka akakuja akanieleza. Yule mzee yule ni mtu wako na shamba. Na tena ni shamba kubwa na imekawia kulimwa. Sasa mimi nataka niulize nyinyi wangwana. Hii mzee tukilima shamba yake hii iko shida kweli? Wewe nani, wacha kuvuruta blanketi namna hiyo.
Sio kama baridi inanifiga.
Hapana, wewe sasa shida yako ni gani tinga? Wewe unanifuata mpaka hapa.
Kwa hivyo tunataka tuambie wewe rais, kitu ya kwanza kuja kila mtu ya hapa mlima ambao unataka kuja kwa hiyo mkutano yako, patia yeye mchele kilo 2, unga kilo 2, mafuta kilo 2, chumvi kilo 1, sukari kilo 2, ili wawe kwanza wameshiba kabla wasikize uongo.
Umekaa pale, unaingia pale YouTube, unaona Vipindire and have not subscribed my friend. Jambo kama hilo linaniumiza, linahuzunisha. So my friend, I'm calling upon all of you my friend. Just go there and tap the subscription button my friend. Please.
unpopular. So things like these ones, now people are watching, then you interfere.
Wow. Merudi. Narudi ikienda. It's good now? Guys, let me know in the comment section if it's back from where you're watching from. Hata sisi imetufanyia hiyo kitu, but finally now it's back. Let me know where you're watching from, if it's still okay. Let me know if it's still okay where you're watching. Imerudi niambie uko na wapi. Tell me where you are. Tell me where you are watching us from, na kama imerudi penye uko. Tell me where you are. Oh, huku imeangu, huku inafanya. Oh, we are live. Ko sawa. Niambie atiendeleeni imerudi. Okay. Someone is disconnecting OBINNA show. Mambo ni mingi. We are back. Iko sawa. Niambie uko wapi? UAE mmesema iko sawa. Kirinyaga mmesema iko sawa. Dubai mmesema iko sawa. Nanyuki, Joska, Meru iko, Eldoret iko, Kisumu it's back. WAMUNYORO iko sawa. Thika, Qatar iko sawa. Dubai iko sawa sasa. Bahrain iko sawa. Nyahururu iko top. USA, oh wow, Westlands, Dubai locked in. Turkana iko locked. Sugoi iko locked. Meru it's back. Embu it's back. Yeah, I think it's back. Ambieni hao walikuwa wamekimbia kutafuta na VPN, waambie tumerudi. Tumepiganiwa. Mambo ya Mungu. Tana River iko sawa. Karibu sana. Aya, tuliwapotezea kwa conversation wapi? So that we can pick it up from there. Where did we leave you guys? Where did it hang? At post the advertisement first and do after the show. Then how do I get paid? Ama you think these things are paid with what? That advertisement is what pays these employees over here. So that is the, yeah. Hawezi pause hiyo ndio malipo my friend. Tulikuwa tumepozea story wapi? Hati Freemason iko sawa. Botswana iko sawa. It's okay. Immediately after break. Okay, immediately after the advert. Okay, tuanzie hapo kwa advert. Okay. Or the stint after Form 6, okay. After advert, sauti ilienda. Aya, I think we start from there? Yeah. So, RIIGGY at some point, he was an untrained teacher, and what we had covered before tujue sound ilikuwa imeenda, because kila mzee hapo ana kuna mzee anasikiza na earphones. Mosh,
I got my eyes on you.
Yeah, so we are talking about the stint that happened between Form 6 and university. There are 2-year gap.
Yes.
That is
84 and
85.
Yeah.
So there's a stint before you joined university. That's when you did.
When I was an untrained teacher in Machakos at Kwathanza Secondary School.
Okay.
I was teaching history and English and literature. And then in October 1985, I went to the NYS. There was a compulsory program for pre-university training.
Okay.
For discipline and basic training. And then I joined the University of Nairobi in late 1985.
Okay. All right. Then later on, you became a DO.
Yeah.
And also you're close to...
After graduation in 1988, 1989, I was employed as a district officer.
Straight from university?
Yeah, straight from university.
What are connections?
No, I was an aggressive guy. And when we were called for interviews by the Public Service Commission, I wanted to be a district officer. I wanted to be in government, to be a public officer.
Okay.
And I was employed 1989, and I served in Kirinyaga, I served in Kiambu, I served in Kakamega, I served in Garissa, I served in Turkana, I served in Laikipia,
Kakamega. When you're serving for how long in these places?
1 year, near 2 years. But Kiambu I stayed for a long time.
Okay, okay.
In Kiamba and Lemuru I stayed for 5 years.
Okay.
And then at one time I was personal assistant to the head of public service and secretary to the cabinet, Professor Philip Mbithi. And then I left I left sometimes in 1998 to go and start my own business.
Okay.
And then I was recalled back in the year 2001, back into government to be personal assistant to President Uhuru Kenyatta, who was then the minister for local government. And
you were SPA?
I was SPA.
Ah.
I was SPA. And I stayed at SPA for a record of almost 5 years.
Okay. How was your relationship with the President Moi?
Good.
You were buddy?
Oh yeah. He was a good old man. Very, very, very fatherly. And I used to go and visit him as a student leader, as a district officer.
Okay.
He had time for me, and he would listen to me, and he would also guide me, and to a great extent he mentored me into leadership.
Okay.
And may God rest his soul in eternal peace. He was a great man, and he had a good ear to listen, and he loved young people. He believed in young people, so he gave me his ear and his advice and allowed me to serve in his government.
Okay.
Yeah.
People, I've seen videos and pictures, people saying you are his son. You've seen those pictures?
People say many things.
Yeah.
And,
a similarity.
And you cannot stop people
from
saying anything. Yeah, this is my father here. And people can say whatever they want to say.
Okay.
You know, when you are in politics, people try to demean you, to try to bring you down.
Yeah.
But not me. I'm never bothered with those things. I don't answer back. They don't bother me. I am not interested. I am focused. I told you, TQM, getting it right the first time. Yes. If you listen to naysayers and detractors, you never get anywhere. You know.
Yeah.
I don't get distracted from what I'm focused on. I always stick to what I'm doing.
Okay. Alrighty. Now let's shift kidogo the gears. Now let's talk about now your political journey on the realm that majority of the Gen Zs now know you from. From the stint with Uhuru, kidogo, you guys had a fallout. What was the situation?
Nothing really. President Uhuru Kenyatta is my friend, my brother, and I served him as his PA, and I assisted him, and we worked together, and we achieved what we had desired for him to be President of the Republic of Kenya. And between the year 2013 and 2017, we had the best relationship. And we used to visit each other, and he would call me all the time, and he was very nice to me and very kind to me, and we got along.
Okay.
And when I became member of parliament for this constituency in 2017, we had an extremely good relationship.
Okay.
Until William Ruto came in between us, you know. And I really regret that I allowed William Ruto to get in between me and President Uhuru Kenyatta, my brother and kinsman. And William Ruto convinced me, I don't know how, that Uhuru is a bad man, despite the fact that I was his PA and I had known him longer than I had known William Ruto. And he persuaded Uhuru had mistreated him, and Uhuru is a bad man. I should support him against Uhuru into his tricks.
You don't see that as a discrepancy, how do I put this? It shows the weakness of judgment on your end, because here there's one person that you've known for a while, you've been the personal assistant to. Then here's a stranger and then comes and tells you, this person that you've known for this while has done A, B, C, D, and then you leave your person?
Yeah, I knew both of them. Both of them were my friends.
Oh, okay.
But it's Uhuru Kenyatta who introduced me to William Ruto and asked us to work together. and we worked together with William Ruto and Uhuru Kenyatta.
Okay.
So along the way, one became president, the other one became deputy president, and I was friend to both.
Okay.
So when Uhuru went for his final term and William Ruto wanted to be president, and I found that Uhuru Kenyatta didn't want William Ruto to become president, I thought it's a little bit unfair. And listening to William Ruto, I believed that is unfair. And therefore I decided to side with William Ruto because I thought Uhuru was being unfair to him. And William Ruto persuaded me that way, and I was persuaded. Today I know differently. Yeah, Uhuru was right.
Yeah.
I was wrong. Yeah, it's a great mistake on my part. In terms of judgment, I agree. I had poor judgment.
Would you still work with Uhuru Kenyatta now?
Uhuru Kenyatta is my friend, is my brother. He's retired. I respect him a lot.
Okay.
And I cherish his leadership, and I have nothing but tremendous respect for him as an elder, as a senior citizen, as a retired president. And I really wish him very peaceful and enjoyable retirement. And I do whatever I do to support him. When he's attacked unnecessarily, I defend him because I also want him to enjoy his retirement. And I also want him to be strong and healthy so that he's available to give advice to myself and other people when we require it, because he knows a lot, and he is quite experienced, and we are happy that he is there, good, healthy, so that if we need help, if we need advice, we can always seek him out.
He didn't take it personal when you betrayed him and went with...
Well, he took it, it was heavy.
Okay.
On his part.
Okay.
Because we had been together for a long time.
Okay.
And he felt I needed to listen to him.
Okay.
And believe him without question that William Ruto is a bad man.
Okay.
And I didn't want to believe him. Had I listened to him,
yeah,
this country would not be in the hole we are in. Yeah,
okay.
I would have made different decisions. I would have done things differently. And probably we'll be in a better place as a country. But that is now what under the bridge. What is important is for us to correct the situation.
Okay.
And that's what I'm working on now.
Okay.
That is my focus.
Okay.
To correct the situation. I used a lot of energy to make William Ruto president. And I'll double or triple that energy.
Okay.
To correct the mistakes that I made.
Okay.
So I'm a busy man, extremely busy.
Okay.
Extremely busy and focused to undo the damage that I brought to this country.
Okay.
And God willing, in the fullness of time, I'll make it up for the people of Kenya by correcting the mistakes that I made.
Okay. You say that Uhuru Kenyatta was a good friend of yours for a while. Then when you get the stint with William Ruto, kidogo you betrayed him kidogo, but somehow you still respect him a lot. But how come during the campaign time you guys used to say don't kill our children? Would your friend do that?
You know, I've told you that William Ruto is very persuasive. He sold us a narrative that today when we interrogate what we were doing and saying, we wonder whether we were mad, you know. You know, sometimes you look back to the things that you did and said, and you really wonder whether you are in your right senses. But you know, some of us are very trusting. You know, we really believed this man and his narrative, and he sold it to us, you know, hook, bait, and sinker, and we bought it. And today, this country is in shit. You know, we are in a hole. Yeah, the country is almost collapsing, you know. We are in trouble with the international community. You have heard what the Americans are saying. We are in trouble with Sudan, the DRC. You know, the economy has collapsed. There's no money in people's pocket. The health system has collapsed. The education system has collapsed. RIIGGY Gachagua bears a lot of blame for the situation we are in. And I'm very sorry to the people of Kenya. And I once more want to take this opportunity to apologize to the people of Kenya for the role I played in birthing the current leadership that has caused misery and desperation to the people of Kenya by reading the payslip and by making life unbearable. I bear great responsibility for the crisis we are in as a country.
That you've created.
And I have asked the people of Kenya
Yeah.
to allow me to correct that situation.
Okay.
And I will.
Okay.
Together with other like-minded Kenyans and the people of Kenya, we must correct that situation.
So this situation you said you put Kenyans into, you said you put a lot of work and effort around making William Ruto president.
Yes, I did.
You also helped fund it.
Yes.
How much money did you contribute in the campaign?
Well, I don't know what to say because I don't think it's necessary, but I put quite a bit of money. I put a lot of emotions.
Okay.
I put a lot of time. And in the process, I also wronged many people. I also made enemies with many people whom I had no business making enemies with. And my worry and regret is not that I did the wrong thing.
Okay.
It's the result of what I did.
What you did.
The problems the people of Kenya are going through, the anguish, the pain, the frustration. Businesses have collapsed. Pending bills have not been paid. People cannot provide food on the table. Wrong priorities, misappropriation of public resources, abductions, extrajudicial killings. You know, it's hell, you know, for the people of Kenya.
Okay.
And I am very pained that I played a very instrumental role in putting Kenya where it is.
I have a few quick fire questions that I want to shoot your way, just to touch the base on what the amount of damage you are in at this moment. Did you guys really find empty coffers?
To a certain extent, yes.
Okay.
But there was enough to get the country started. Okay, there wasn't surplus or really abundance, but there was enough money to get the country back on the feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you had no power to try and direct this to do?
I couldn't, because the government, the administration of William Ruto is led by William Ruto, implemented by William Ruto, oversighted by William Ruto. Everything revolves around him. We're just there. Okay. And, you know, nothing anybody can do. That is why you find out of the 22 ministers who were appointed in the first government, 13 have been shown the door, yet nothing has changed. Because they are not a problem. The problem is one, the common denominator. Because how do you explain? Deputy President removed, replaced, nothing has changed. Attorney General removed, nothing has changed. Minister for Internal Security changed, nothing has changed. Minister for Finance changed, nothing has changed. Minister for Health changed 3 times, the health system are still not working. How do you explain what is Kenya's problem? Because if the Susan Nakumisha was a problem in the Ministry of Health, when she was changed and Deborah brought, they would have been changed. Deborah has been changed and Aden Duale has been brought, nothing has changed. Yeah. Professor Ndongo was removed as Cabinet Secretary for National. John Buddy has been brought, nothing. Yeah. Ndiki left Interior. Kipchumba Murkomen has come. Crime is even worse. All these people who have been changed, it's a game of musical chairs. But the problem is not these ministers. The problem is the president, because he does everything in this country. Those ministers have said many times, and they are very act, because they know it's the truth, but they don't want it to be said. They are mere flower girls. The president has more advisors than ministers. But the problem is the president advises the advisors on how to advise him. You know? So it's what you call a zero-sum game. You know? Nothing can change. And I want to tell you, my friend, my good brother.
Yeah.
I want to tell you today, and I want you to call me for another interview.
Okay.
Nothing will change in this country. It will get worse.
Question, when you're in office, what were the things that you achieved, you personally?
2 things only that I was allowed to do.
Okay.
I was not allowed to do many things. I was allowed to be the chairperson of emergency response.
Okay.
During the worst drought in 40 years, I made sure Kenyans did not die. They had food. I was all over the country. I made sure I mobilized food from international community, from NGOs, from the private sector, and fed Kenyans. I was in charge during El Nino. I made sure that people had food. People had non-food items. Red Cross was mobilized. I made sure that I did. Number two, I superintended over coffee reforms. For 2 years, I did a coffee conference in Meru in 2023. I instituted very practical interventions in terms of removing cartels that were fleecing the farmers. Today, as a result of the work that I did, coffee farmers are smiling all the way to the bank. When we came in, farmers were earning between 60 shillings per kilo up to 100. Today, as we speak, it's between 120 shillings to 200 shillings as a result of the coffee reforms that I instituted.
Okay.
The war on alcohol and illicit brews, I led that war very successfully. Young men had abandoned their homes. They were sleeping in trenches because of consuming illicit alcohol. I ran the cottages, shut down factories that were producing illicit alcohol, clamped on bars that were selling near schools. And as a result, we brought down the consumption of illicit brews, and people were very happy, families were very happy. When I left office, that program collapsed. The illicit alcohol is all over. Young men are drunk everywhere. Parents are crying, everybody is crying. Those are the three things that I was allowed to do, and I did. Had I been allowed to do more, I would have done.
So you had to be allowed to do your job?
Because I was a principal assistant to the president, and I was doing what he has asked me to do. Those are the things he allowed me to do without interference.
Ile kurauka kwa ofisi saa 10 asubuhi?
Those were delegated duties. What happens when you are the deputy president, you are allocated duties by the president, and on a day-to-day basis, he can send you to represent him out of the country like he would. He will tell you, go and represent in this function. So that was during the protests, and he was out of the country, and he instructed me to take charge. So I would wake up very early to make sure that by the time he calls me, I've got a very good picture of what is happening in the country. And I did manage the protests, and we didn't kill people. We just dealt with it with civility, using just what you call necessary force, and avoided shoot to kill. And we were able to bring down the demonstrations in an amicable manner and with very little
The Gen Z
injury.
protest?
No, the unga one. The sufuria one.
Ile wakina Kioni walikuwa
Yeah, that is the one I was in charge. That is the one that was in charge. The Gen Z one had nothing to do with it. I was opposed to the way it was dealt with from day one.
Okay, we'll get to that one.
Yeah.
Another quick fire question. Why is NIS not having money?
NIS has a lot of money, but it is not used for security operations. That money is the money William Ruto is using to bribe leaders. It is the money that he used to get people to impeach me. It's the money he's using to give churches 20 million. It is the money he's using for these empowerment programs. MPs are all over giving 10 million every day. You would ask yourself, where is that money coming from? These are MPs who cannot afford that money. What has happened is that, like the other day during the supplementary tour, 10 billion shillings was allocated to NIS, ostensibly to deal with insecurity within the region. Nothing like that. All that money, because it's not accounted, there is no way you account that money, is given to NIS, withdrawn in cash and given to William Ruto for politics. The last time he was here in the mountain, he used over 1 billion shillings. NIS has money, but that money has been directed to William Ruto.
Can you verify money?
But where is the money coming? This money is given in Harambes. It's not in any budget.
Or maybe he saved it.
How? His salary is known.
No, not salary. Farming, business, other businesses.
No. What farming is that? We are all in farming. What kind of farming that would generate 100 million every week? You know, if you look at the amount of money that is being spent to bribe leaders, to bribe voters, this is the money from the National Treasury, siphoned through the National Intelligence Service, and given to William Ruto for politics. And there's nothing else going on in the country, by the way. exchequer issues are a problem. We don't collect enough money every week. So whatever money that is available is given priority to the National Intelligence Service. That money is given to William Ruto for politics. And I can tell you that is why you find pending bills are not being paid. Today, as we speak, teachers are suffering in schools. They have money for capitation has not been released. You know, teachers, the head teachers cannot pay for supplies. They are almost being auctioned. Help, university students are at home. Health is not working. Yet William Ruto is busy with his principal assistant and his MPs in Harambes every day, 20 million, 30 million. This is the money that is the taxpayers' money that is being channeled through the National Intelligence Service to the president, and this is the money that is being used to do politics.
Does the National Intelligence Service have intelligence in that we as citizens, we see, even when you are still in the government, we would see some things, and even everybody, from the young people, even a small child will sit down and say, wait a minute, they are not seeing this, and somehow it is just ignored and life just continues like normal. I'm party information.
I said in Mombasa, yeah, and I advised the president that the National Intelligence Service is dysfunctional.
Yeah.
Because my issue was one. The president appeared to have been surprised by the Gen Z revolt.
Yes.
He didn't have information because the National Intelligence Service is dysfunctional. He was as surprised as everybody else. I had tried to tell him that things are out of hand and people cannot accept the Finance Bill 2024. And he kept on telling me things are okay because he was getting briefs from the intelligence that there is no problem. And when he came to realize there is a problem, he withdrew the finance bill because he accepted in his own statement that Kenyans do not want it. But that information was not available to him because the National Intelligence Service is dysfunctional. And I said then, I was even taken to the Senate to say that the person he appointed to that position is not qualified for the job and is not interested in a job. Okay. He's a businessman, yeah. He's a businessman. He is more interested in business than being professional in terms of collecting, analyzing intelligence. Because, my brother, Obinna, how do you explain a president who was loved by the people, a man who was a darling of the Kenyan people, a man whom everybody believed in, the masses, the women, the churches. 2 years down the line, everybody is singing Ruto must go. People are now saying one term. How do you explain that? How did the president get there? And I sat him down, I said, Mr. President, this guy you appointed as your intelligence chief will bring you down. Today, in every bar in the country, in between around midnight, there is a song Ruto must go. If you go everywhere one time, if you do any polls, the president's rating is below 15%. How do you explain that? It's because he doesn't know what's going on in the country. He has lost it. He keeps on saying things are okay. People are very happy. Oh, we are doing affordable housing. Nobody wants these houses. And when I told him, Mr. President, people do not want affordable housing. I told him, Mr. President, this university financing model, the students and the parents are not happy with it. But the president now has sycophants around him, people who belong to his praise and worship team. They hear no evil, they see no evil. But even if you have sycophants around you, the Constitution gives the president's approbation of being cushioned from bad advice by sycophants, by the creation of the National Intelligence Service, to give him professional advice,
truth the way it is,
on what is happening.
Yeah.
By listening to the ground.
Yeah.
But what has happened is that the doctor, the Nudin Haji, because I have talked to many chiefs of intelligence at the regional level, at the county level, they submit reports every day to the NIS headquarters of what the people of Kenya are saying and what they feel about each and every issue. The president receives a briefcase from NIS every morning on what the country is feeling. What is in that briefcase? It's all doctored. Oh, Nurdin Haji does not give
the true information,
accurate information to William Ruto. He gets it, by the way, because intelligence officers around the country are very professional.
Okay.
But it is him now to analyze and decide what to give to the president. Many times I attended meetings where Nurdin Haji is, and he would tell the president how happy people are. I would stare at him like this because I know differently. Because myself, I listen to the ground. I listen to many people. I want to say William Ruto has made many mistakes. Many, too many, for a president in 2 years. In fact, he has broken the world record as a president who has lost popularity in 2 years because he doesn't have an intelligence chief who is professional. That one is a businessman. And he has, to a great extent, contributed to bring a William Ruto down. Absolutely.
Now, forget the NIS. You and I, we live in a digital world now. You can still get online and still just find information. Like, Corey, you have National Intelligence Service that give you information? But we run Obinna TV updates. Like, we have what is happening on ground on TikTok, Instagram, Nini. So, besides all these people, you mean to tell me the president can't just check online?
No, the president, like, he's a consumer of lies because he also has no time to verify. Again, like Nurdin Haji, he's also a businessman.
Okay.
He's too busy doing biashara, doing deals with Adani, with Adil, with Jayesh, with Defki. The president is busy making deals and making money. He has no time to verify intelligence and to find out what is happening in the country. So he is a consumer of what Haji gives him. And he likes it that way because it's easier. He gets a report, he reads and says it's okay. But you can see, how embarrassing it is. When abductions started, and we told him the abductions, he asked Haji, he said there are no abductions. The president went on TV and said there are no abductions. When everybody knew abductions are taking place, and there were videos showing people being abducted, he was told by Nurdin there are no abductions. He said, fine. He went on another day, he said, we will stop the abductions. So people asked, if you will stop them, who will you stop? It means you know they were going on. The other day, there was a president of a certain country that came, I think last week. And in one of the questions he was asked about the abductions, he said, no, everybody who was abducted has been reunited with the family, yet many people have disappeared. This president is clueless. He's so embarrassing to the country because he is here. He's the president of the country. He's supposed to be so authoritative, yet he is lying to the people of Kenya in broad daylight. And he said that all these people have been reunited with their families, yet there are so many people who are missing. There are so many others who are dead. So these ones who are dead, and I was asking, probably the dead ones, he has revived them and he reunited them with the families. And probably he has that capacity because the other day in Narok, he said he has talked to somebody who died in 2017. So probably in the same way he talked to the guy who died in 2017, probably he has had a conversation with the Gen Zs who are killed. He has revived them and he rated them. We are very embarrassed as a country.
But you've said that actually what you are saying indirectly is Ruto si mubaya ni watu wanamusaraud. Because you said is the intelligence is being given,
no.
So it is not
he is also not good because I was there telling him the truth.
Also you are giving him,
I told him the truth, and because he doesn't want the truth, he got rid of me. He doesn't want the truth.
So got rid of you because you're going to
I told him the truth. I told him finance bill, it cannot work. I said, stop abduction, Mr. President. Stop killing young people.
So issue was not like you're planning to kill him. See, the story is you're planning to kill him and take over the president.
You know there are lies that he would give. How do you kill a president? That man is heavily guarded. And if I had planned to kill him, I would have been arrested and taken to prison. Sure. Even lying requires a bit of intelligence. Mwai Kibaki, sometimes in 1988, when there was Mololongo here in Nyeri, he was rigged. And he said even the rigging requires a bit of intelligence. Yeah. Please, William Ruto, Kipchumba Murkomen, even lying requires some little bit of intelligence. You know, don't just lie to Kenyans when they can see you are lying to them. How do you lie when you are with a visiting president on TV? You lie to the people of Kenya, looking at them without blinking, that all the people who had been abducted have been related with their families, when you know it's a lie. You know?
Do you think he knows that he's lying sometimes?
No, he knows.
That story from Tungi
I think what has happened, by the way, William Ruto has lied so much that he believes in his own lies. You know, sometimes I even wonder whether his real name is William Ruto. I don't, sometimes I have now doubt. Is he really William Ruto? Because, you know, these lies are just too much. When you go and say you talk to Cheluget, a guy who died in 2017, oh, you Cheluget, Musijali, hata nimeketi naye juzi, tumekubaliana, hii maneno ya mashamba tumeketi na ni sawa na hiyo maneno yote nimeorosha. And the man died in 2017. You know, I can't believe it.
If this government is so bad, why were you working so hard not to get impeached from the government that you are speaking harshly against?
Well, because I had not been employed by the government or by William Ruto or by members of parliament.
But you knew that you were only allowed to do a few things.
I was employed by the people of Kenya through a vote. Only them could fire me. I needed to stay inside so that I can try to correct things from inside.
But you still couldn't because you were...
No, I stopped. In my own small way, I stopped many things. Yeah, there are many things I would say no. And that is why it stunned me. He got irritated because I was asking questions. In cabinet, I'm the only man who could say, no, this is wrong. This is not acceptable.
The others were not talking?
Nobody can talk. Even today, everybody is yes, sir. And that's what he wanted. William is everything.
At what point did you know Mambo imechemuka when you are still with him in the government?
We struggled almost a year. It was very rough for that 1 year.
Oh.
Yeah, the whole of 2023 from October.
You saw it coming, bubbling, pole.
Yeah, I couldn't stand what was going on, and I kept on telling him. And he was getting irritated, you know, very irritated.
This Adani deal, how much did you know about it before everything?
I knew about it when they refused to bring it to the cabinet subcommittee that I chaired.
Okay.
And he said, usipeleke kwa hiyo mtu ya maneno mingi. It was taken direct to the cabinet without coming through the cabinet committee that I chaired.
Okay.
And he gave a direct approval without discussion, so we just regularized it in cabinet. And nobody could speak.
Was it a legit deal though?
No, of course not. It was pure theft of public funds.
So they were actually selling the airport?
Yeah, they were selling the airport just like the way they have sold Bombers of Kenya. Bombers of Kenya, somebody has been given, a fellow from Turkey has been given a lease for 99 years. You know, and they are also using government money from the tourism fund to give to the guy to improve the facility. Lease it to somebody, then use government funds and give to the guy. It's pure theft. You know, Kenya now is a criminal enterprise. In fact, State House is a scene of crime. For practical purposes. Hii ni serikali tu ya ukora na biashara. And I can tell you, in another 2 years, if things go the way they are going, there will be no country. You know?
Watauza country.
Oh, they will sell everything.
There's a story that the title deed for the office of the president is missing. You saw the story?
I saw the story. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. These people have appetite for land and buildings. You know? Serious appetite. And I don't even know how much land they want. The other day they took land for IDPs in Davivi. The president has taken over. He's now growing wheat in that farm. That farm was for IDPs.
Like the president is growing his own?
Yeah, he has taken over that land in Davivi. 5,000 acres, land that was meant for IDPs. He has grabbed it by force. And nobody can ask any question. If you go to that area in Narok, the land owned by the 6,000 acres, where 5 people were shot dead the other day, he has taken that land. It's in public domain. We have the information. Land from his own kinsmen, the Kipsigis, he's taken that land. You know? But my question is, here I'm only 3 acres. It's even too much, the land that I have here. What does he want to do with all this land? There is a serious appetite for public land, you know.
So, the ones that you know, apart from the airport, which other facility has been taken without, apart from Bomas, that is, which other one has been taken chini ya maji na Wakenya wajui?
You know, we don't want to give all these things at the same time.
Okay.
We want to keep on giving them to Kenyans slowly. You know?
You just want us to...
No, what has already been taken is already too much. I think that is, the BB lad is gone.
Okay.
The Narok lad is gone.
There's GR extension story. Is it legit?
These are just deals with the Chinese companies. And you see, it's already creating problems between us and America. Because the president is just being like a clever young guy playing on two women and pretending that he'll marry both of them. You know, and you can see the Americans have seen him through, and they are saying they are going to review our relations, because he's going to the Chinese and giving their story, going to the American and giving their story. You know, this is what we all used to do when we were young. You have some two girls, you keep on cheating them. I'll marry you, I'll marry you, I'll marry you. Then one day they meet both of them. Then you are in trouble. You know?
There's an airport that is supposed to be put in Narok.
There was an airport that was supposed to be put on the border of Narok and Kisii.
Okay.
The president has relocated that airport to his land in Kilgoris, for his own use. There is another one he has proposed near Narok town, which he has said it will be done within 6 months. We'll wait and see. We are around.
What's up with the 6-month term limit?
He loves 6 months. He loves 6 months.
Okay. Is there anything good about our president that you can say?
I don't know. I'm very disappointed, like all Kenyans. I really believed in this man. I really believed in him and what he was telling me and telling the people of Kenya.
Okay.
Mama Mboga, Boda, the church. He had great ideas. Bottom-up economic transformation. I'll put money in your pocket. Good things. And because me, I'm a people person, he said many good things that if they were done, this will be a good country.
Okay.
They were all lies. He did not intend to do any of them.
Which one has he accomplished that you're like, this one is tick, mpaka Njoro?
The theft of the baby rat, that is accomplished.
Huh?
Yeah.
I'm talking...
I think the only thing he has succeeded is the impeachment of RIIGGY Gachagua, done in record 2 weeks. I mean, it's incredible. Yeah? There's nothing. There's nothing you can tell the people. I've looked around, anything tangible, not one.
Okay.
Not one.
And about the prayers, were they legit? Mulikuwa munaomba sana. Wewe ulikuwa hapo ndani?
Mimi nilikuwa nafunga macho, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure anymore. Yeah? I'm not sure.
Thanksgiving a whole year.
I am not sure.
You are around the country of Thanksgiving.
I don't know. I don't think there is any Christian who can authorize the killing of young people. That cannot be a Christian.
Yeah.
It cannot be.
There
is no man who is saved who can authorize police to kill Gen Zs and then go and deny that they have been killed. Then go ahead and lie that they have been reunited with their families. There is no Christian. I don't want to pass judgment because it is wrong. The Bible tells us don't judge anybody else. But in this matter, anybody who can kill young children cannot be a Christian. And you know, I don't know what is this obsession with young people and children. Back in the year 2007, in a church in Kiambaa, young children were put in a church and tortured. And when the parents tried to get the children out so that the parents can die alone and the children can remain for future generations, the people sent to do that work got the children and put them back into the church, and it was torched. You know? So I don't know what is this obsession of killing young children. I don't know whether it's a cult, whether it's devil-driven, that you need the blood of young children. And I want to say this, and I want to be on record. The crisis that we face as a country, the challenges William Ruto faces as president, why nothing is working and everything is crumbling around him, is because the president is haunted by the blood of the Gen Zs. And he will never have peace. I want to say that on record. President William Ruto will never know peace because of the blood of the Gen Z children that he authorized to be shed.
Oh, he's the one that authorized?
Oh yes, he's the president. He's the one who authorized Japheth Kome. He's the one who authorized the abductions through Nurdin Haji. A group of 101 AP officers were recruited with the authority of the president and joined the National Intelligence Service. And that is the group that has been doing the abductions. And that is why when Justin Muturi, as Attorney General, his child was abducted and everybody was taking him into circles. He called Kidiki, he was taking him in circles. He called Nuruddin, he was taking him in circles. He called DCI Amin, he was taking him in circles. He called Kome, they were taking him in circles. He came to me and he explained to me, I'm the Attorney General of the Republic of Kenya. My son has been abducted. Ordinarily, when your child is missing and is in the hands of the police, you move to the High Court and file a process called habeas corpus. Habeas corpus is an application compelling the Attorney General to produce the person dead or alive in court. So Justin Muturi asked me, if I file a habeas corpus against the Attorney General and I'm the Attorney General, and it is my child who is missing, how do I produce that child as Attorney General? And this when I listened, I told him, go and face the president. He went and faced the president and said, I want my child. President made one call to Nuruddin Haji, who confirmed we have the child, and he was released. So it is Nuruddin Haji and the National Intelligence Service who have been abducting young people with the full knowledge and approval of President William Ruto. And that is why the president in one rally said, when he was challenged by Raila, we are going to stop this abduction because he is the one who has authorized them. That is why he can go and say, we have reunited these people. How would you reunite the abductees with the parents unless you know who was abducting them? The president has incriminated himself on evidence now. And these are things that we can actually take him to the ICC because he has said that these people who are abducted now have been reunited with their families, which means he has been briefed by somebody. Whoever briefed him must be the one behind the abductions. So the president knows who was doing the abductions because somebody briefed him that the children who had been abducted have now been reunited with their families. So that person who briefed him knows who was abducting the children, and hence the president knows who was doing the abductions. So he owes the people of Kenya an explanation.
Where?
He owes the people of Kenya an explanation.
Davido, cheza na disclaimer. Cheza na where is hot in here? Wow. Who authorized the abduction of the goats in Northlands? Let
me tell you, Obinna, many things have been said. And it's important that we put it on record.
Okay.
That any issue to do with a retired president, yeah?
Okay.
Whether positive or negative,
okay,
can only be undertaken with the full authority of the current president. When security guards from Mamangena were withdrawn, when bodyguards from Uhuru Kenyatta were withdrawn, it is William Ruto who authorized. There is nobody else who can authorize anything of a retired president outside the president himself.
It was said it was you. Or
how? From which authority?
He sent his people.
I am asking with which authority? I was just a principal assistant to the president. I had no authority over a president. That is his peer. They are the same level. So any mistreatment done to Uhuru Kenyatta, his property in Northlands, anything done, whether positive or negative, I want to put it here today on record, has the full authority of President William Ruto, because that's the way protocol works. There is nobody who can say as deputy president or as minister atienda kwa Uhuru utoe askari. Utakuwa wewe ni nani? That is a sitting president. And that is why you saw President William Ruto ametoka ofisi yake ameenda kutembelea Uhuru kwake nyumbani. He had asked him to go to State House. He said, I cannot come. If you want to see me, come. Come to my farm. So he went to his farm. They are crying. Nisaidie. Oh, nini. Yeah? And all the things he told Uhuru Kenyatta, he cheated him. This guy is a liar. You know, he is the one who has sponsored cases against Jubilee Party to take away Jubilee Party from President Uhuru Kenyatta. Those cases, all of them, and I'm in the knowledge, have been sponsored by William Ruto to take away Jubilee from President Uhuru Kenyatta. So when he went to see President Uhuru Kenyatta in Ishaweri, he promised Uhuru Kenyatta that he will stop interfering with the Jubilee. He is still interfering, you know. When he went there, he promised him that all his dues for his workers, for his guards will be paid. They have not been paid up to date, you know. And Uhuru Kenyatta, I believe, must have known their all lies because he used to be with his men, you know. And he cheated him and he went all the way. Na akampaka Uhuru Kenyatta matope akatukanwa sana na majenzi na kila mtu, you know. I don't even know why Uhuru agreed to see him. I don't understand why he agreed to see him.
When Uhuru's child was being frustrated, the guns taken, Uhuru came and with a couple of people spoke. You are not in the part of the team that was frustrating?
I had no authority. One, as deputy president, you are not in charge of the security system.
Okay.
That one is at the hands of the president, and he told me from day one, keep off security matters, keep off the military, and I kept off. Because I am also knowledgeable and I understand government. I have told you and I want to repeat so that we close this debate.
Okay.
Nothing positive or negative can be done for or against a retired president without the full authority and concurrence of a sitting president. Okay. So if there is anything done negative against President Uhuru Kenyatta's retirement, President William Ruto knows about it. And nobody else can do anything about it. And that is the truth.
Okay. Yeah. 2027, President William Ruto said they will win early in the morning. And 2022, did you guys win? Ama mulifanyia baba ile kitu?
No, we won. Let me tell you, my brother.
Yeah.
Forget about the system. Forget about the deep state. Forget about IBC. Nobody can steal a presidential election. The 2013 Supreme Court ruling was very clear that polling station results are final. The election is done, concluded at the polling station. And when changes were done to our electoral laws, that necessitated that polling and counting is done at the polling station. That is when we did away with the rigging. We won the election fair and square.
There was no rigging whatsoever.
There was no rigging and there cannot be. I've heard President William Ruto say that he'll win in 2027.
Yes.
Listening to the ground, the only way he can win is if he is able to change the constitution through a referendum and remove the voting power from the people of Kenya to advisors. And since he has so many advisors, he would win in the morning. That's the only way he can win.
Okay.
And he knows. He knows.
IBC has been reconstituted. Josphat Nanok, the Deputy Chief of Staff, is reportedly close to the IBC chair. Is this going to compromise the 2027 election?
He is not close to the IBC chair.
Yeah.
He was his employee. He was an attorney at the county of Turkana, where Nanok was governor. So ni mtu yake. Na ndio amemletea William Ruto akuwe chairman. So basically, IBC will be run from State House. But nothing much will change. I want to tell you. It doesn't matter. Okay. Even if William Ruto appointed Farouk Kibet as chairman of IBC. Yeah? Or Oscar Sudi as chairman of IBC. He will still lose. The vote against William Ruto, the margin will be so huge, I can tell you, nobody can do anything about it. The only folly is if the commissioners refuse to organize an election. they fail to fill the ballot boxes, the ballot papers, and to ensure there is order. But as long as they make sure the polling stations are open on time, there are ballot papers, and the counting is done at the polling station, the rest is a mathematical exercise of adding, tallying.
So you believe the IBC is going to conduct a fair election?
I'm not sure what they'll do, but I'm saying the mood in the country.
Yeah. If you're gauging,
if that IBC tries to mess with the election,
okay,
there will be no country here. 207 will look like a Christmas party. I can tell you. And I want to implore those commissioners to be Kenyans, to be patriotic, and not to attempt to force William Ruto on the people of Kenya. It will not work. The people of Kenya will not accept it. People want change, and they are ready for change. Indeed, they are impatient. The 2 years is too far away. You know? Okay. Let me tell you, this Gen Z group is lethal. This group is not tribal, cannot be compromised, cannot be bribed with 200 shillings. And I have now confirmed, when I've been walking around, that they have actually taken IDs and they are going to register as voters.
Okay.
And I can tell you, hey, the Gen Z wave
is coming.
It's coming, and it will be huge.
You and I know the president is very sharp. You don't get to become president if you're not that sharp. Do you believe he has not seen this coming in 2027 and he does not have plans? You guys won the election with the government being against you, the system and the deep state, but now he's the government, he has the resources.
Sharp, did you say?
Yeah.
With a failed health system, failed education system, abductions, extrajudicial killings, an unperforming economy, and you say he's sharp? Maybe we need to consult Webster Dictionary on what is sharpness. Let me tell you, my brother, the will of the people is supreme.
Okay.
William Ruto did not win the election because he's sharp. He won because at that time Kenyans believed his lies. And all the things he told people of Kenya, they believed him. They don't believe him anymore. In fact, there is nothing he can tell the people of Kenya to believe.
He can't do a turnaround right
now.
There's
nothing. Everybody has accepted he's a liar. So he cheated the church. He had an MOU with the church. He promised them this and that. He has backtracked on it. He cheated Mama Mbogas. He cheated the Boda Boda. Even now they are going with MPs giving Boda Boda people money, Mama Mboga. They are just eating the money. They will come out to vote him out. The other day, my local member of parliament brought some women here. The state lodge is here. It's about a kilometer from here. Sagana State Lodge here. And they are women I have known all my life. They are my supporters. And I've been with them for many years. And he organized to take them to State Lodge. And they called me, oh, we have been told by the MP to go to State Lodge. And do we go? I said, yeah, you go. There's a lot of money that was brought there with gunias. So please go and take. And if you are given more, I'm jobless. When I come home, you can give me something. So the women went there. They were 1,000. They were given each 8,000 shillings. And another 2 million for their cheerleader who had died to support in funeral. And they left. So the local MP was very happy. So during the funeral, he ferried those women to the funeral so that they can come and cheer him. So those women were there. He looked at them and he saw the other ones he took to the president to collect money. So he started yapping. He did not go beyond the second sentence. He told him off, shut up, go away. The same women who were given 8,000 by William Ruto. A decision has been made in this area, this Mount Kenya region, based on a proverb that is very popular here, that huwezi kukubalia ndovu izikwe na pembe. Lazima uzitoe uizike bila pembe, kwa sababu ni ujinga kuzika pembe na iko na dhamana. You understand? People have decided to take William Ruto's money before he goes home. And it doesn't matter how much money he brings here. He can bring money in cartons, he can bring in sacks, he can bring in billions,
He can't buy you back?
This, not me. Forget about me.
You, if he comes back and
I'm just telling you. No, forget about me. Forget about me.
What if he apologizes?
I'm saying, forget about me.
Yeah.
These rural women,
Okay.
these rural boys, who will take his money and that is it. As for me, my brother, I'm priceless. What do I need the money for? It's a very beautiful home. I'm not paying rent to anybody. I live here. What do I need money for? There's woman here, Pastor Dorcas. She's a pastor. Hana matumizi mingi. 2,000 ya nywele ametosheka. What do I need money for?
But
why would I sell my soul?
Apologizes.
Why would I sell my soul?
Yeah.
Why would I sell my conscience for money? To do what with that money? Even if he apologized to me, it's meaningless. Me, I'll forgive him because I'm a Christian. But what about the people of Kenya? What about the payslip holders whose payslips he has raided? Will he apologize to them? What about the parents and relatives of the Gen Zs whom he killed? What apology can he give? Even today, you know, he has never apologized. I would have expected when he was talking to that president and he was lying that the families have been brought back together, he would even have the moral conscience to offer an apology to the Gen Zs and to their parents and to the people of Kenya that they were killed. Yeah? How do you apologize to those families? How do you apologize to people who are going to hospital and SHA is not working? How do you apologize to teachers and students whose schools have collapsed because of non-funding? How do you apologize to people whose businesses have collapsed because of non-payment of pending bills? If William Ruto was to apologize to the people of Kenya, he would take 1.5 years every day just apologizing because he has wronged everybody and rubbed everybody the wrong way. So me, I don't have a problem. He can apologize to me. I'm very forgiving. But he has a job to do. And even if he apologizes, I don't think the people of Kenya would ever trust him again. Okay. He has lost their trust.
The remaining period of time, do you think is enough for a turnaround? Like, let's say, for example, today he gets up and says, I want to now do right. Do you think it's enough?
Where would he start? Would he give back the Dafifi lad to the IDPs? Would he be willing? I don't think so. Would he be willing to stop doing business with Adil and Jayesh and Defki? I don't think so. Would he be willing to stop the stealing through the National Intelligence Service? I don't think so. There is nothing. He cannot turn around this country. He doesn't have the moral conscience to turn around this country.
Raila Odinga factor?
He's just an accomplice. Raila Odinga has given William Ruto the through pass to continue looting the country. The Gen Z had cornered this man completely. And Raila Odinga is the one who revived him. Had he allowed the Gen Z to deal with that matter, we would not be where we are today. So he is the one who saved him. Okay. And since the Raila came, he donated 4 experts. Joho is an expert. Oparanya is an expert. My foot, my English fails me, who is an expert. Since the experts came, has the prices of food gone down? Have healthcare improved? Has the education system improved? Has the stealing stopped? Nothing. It's only that the people eating have just become more. Those who are not eating have joined the ones who are eating. It's only the party is much bigger. There is no change, nothing. And nothing will change, my brother. And you can ask me, come back here after some time. And if anything changes in 1 year, come with a pickup. I'll give you 3 havers from my family. Yeah.
Okay.
The day things change and they are working, don't even look for an appointment. Just find out through social media. Once you confirm I'm here, you see me taking some photographs here. It's 2 hours from Nairobi. Just come with a pickup, get 3 havers, fresh and go. Nothing will change. Things will only change after the elections, when there is regime change, and we put a responsible government into place. That's when there will be change.
Mr. President, you're standing between me and 3 heifers. do the thing. Quick fire. What happened to NHIF money?
Stolen.
By who?
Who else?
Do you believe the healthcare transition is beneficial to Kenyans? You know now tuko na SHA.
Is it working? Have you heard anywhere it's working?
Inakwanga na mambo yake.
It's not working. And it can't work because it's theft. You see what happened? We had promised in our campaign that we will revamp and reform the NHIF. And the NHIF officials came up with a scheme requiring 800 million to create a new system to put things in order. Instead of providing 800 million, we decided to leave NHIF and bring SHA and create a system costing 104 billion. That is the crux of the matter. Half of that money is going to people in government. It's pure theft of public funds. This whole SHA nonsense is about stealing government money. It has nothing to do with healthcare. It has nothing to do with improving our healthcare system. It's pure theft by the Adanis. Yeah? And that is why even when the president cancelled the airport, very reluctantly, he never cancelled SHA. That's where the loot is. And those are the things I said no. Those are the things that made me to be kicked out. I said, regarding Gachagua, to be a crime, to be a partner in crime, to steal more than 50 billion shillings belonging to the people of Kenya, I cannot.
How much money is enough?
I don't know. You should tell me.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Hustler
You know, I
fund.
have seen Hustler Fund is
Is it
another.
legit?
It's a sham. You know, my brother, we promised the people that will create Hustler Fund. We used to have Youth Fund that was working.
Yes.
Wezo Fund that was working. Women Fund that was working. They were collapsed, and we brought in the Hustler Fund. Hustler Fund, do you know how much money you borrow for business? 500 shillings. What business can you start with 500 shillings in this country?
Mayai. Gonga mayai.
So how many people can do mayai? And then if everybody did mayai, whom will you sell the mayai to? I mean, it's an insult to the people of Kenya. And that's why I said, Mr. President, I'm finding it very difficult to work under you because you cheated the people of Kenya and I helped you to cheat them. When I go home to Karatina and people ask, this house of fund you promised us, what is 500 shillings? The thing is a scam, you know? It cannot work. And we had Wezo Fund, we had Youth Fund, we had Women Fund. When we formed government, we will scrap the Hustler Fund and reinstate the Women Fund, the Youth Fund, and the Wezo Fund, and even get more money into the funds to enhance financial inclusivity in the country so that people can do business. There is no business you can do with 2,000 shillings, 3,000 shillings. You need a minimum of 50,000 going up, you know? And all factors being constant, I want to tell our small-scale traders to have faith that, God willing, all factors being constant, we are going to have a regime change. You get a responsible government that will scrap the Hustler Fund because it's a scam. It's fraudulent, it's a fraud. And bring back those funds that were working and give them more money to help people for financial inclusivity.
What happened to Linda Mama?
I thought you told me William Ruto is very sharp. Linda Mama was working.
Yeah,
It was
Linda
helping
Mama was
our
working.
women when they go to maternity.
Yes.
It was all, the president was not interested in those programs. He just wanted to be president, to become rich.
So it's about money.
And he's rich, filthy rich, filthy rich. In the last 2 years, in my estimation, when I look around, he must have made 3 to 4 trillion. Yeah. Yeah. It's filthy rich. And I think that was his dream. I don't think he cares about this country. I'm not sure anymore he cares. Because people are making noise, he's not interested. People are raising issues, he doesn't bother. But he is rich, that he has achieved. Rich, filthy rich.
Okay, let's the housing tax. Remember the story? You are still together.
Yeah.
Was it legit?
I have admitted that initially. I believed him when he said we need to do affordable housing.
Okay.
It's a good thing for creating employment. Even when he insisted on the housing levy, I told him Kenyans are complaining, but he insisted that let's do it because it's good to create employment. I went along with him until it came to my attention along the way that this affordable housing thing was a business venture between the president and DEFCI. DEFCI has a factory that makes steel, cement, and mabati. And those are the three components that drive the housing agenda. So all the cement, all the mabati, all the steel that is bought for affordable housing, the profit is shared between DEFCI and William Ruto. The whole thing was a business thing. And that's when I withdrew my support, when I realized it's a con. And if you move around, people are asking, in a place called Kenyaga, they have done some houses there. They want to sell for 4 million. Nobody will buy. People are asking, with 4 million, I can buy an acre of land, do a house for 1.5, and do coffee and daily grazing unit with the rest of the money. Why do I want to go and I'm an old man to live in the upstairs? The whole thing is being forced on the people of Kenya to create business for the two to sell cement, mabati, and steel. The whole housing levy is about creating sufficient money. And you know that money? Because there is no capacity to absorb it, it's kept in a bank that the president bought when he became president.
Huh?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
We bought a bank?
He bought a bank. That's where the money goes.
Like local bank?
Yeah, local bank.
Which bank?
I don't want to say the name. Do your research. I'll tell you off camera, then you can go and do your research.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So there's a bank that has been bought to keep all this money in cash?
Yeah, that's where the money goes. And it's actually taking all businesses from Equity, from Cooperative Bank, from all other banks have lost money from government to this particular bank that the president bought through some proxies.
So Equity and Cooperative Bank are not in the,
They are not.
the elimination game.
They are not.
So we are remaining with
all government money now for prostitutes, state corporations, they are kept in that particular bank that the president bought.
Oh, wow. Why are our taxes so high though?
To keep the president going. He needs to travel to China. He needs to get money through a niece. People must pay for that money. He's not going to get it from his pocket.
Is KRA and ESCC being used as a
Yes, yes. You know another thing that I disagreed with the president. We had agreed because the fourth administration had used the criminal justice system to harass people who were opposed to the then administration, and I was a victim. I was charged with the trumped-up charges, and KRI asked me because of my political persuasion. And the president did give a solemn promise to the people of Kenya that under his leadership, they will never use the criminal justice system to deal with the politics. Today, that is what is happening. The DCI has been instructed to look around and see whether he can get anything to charge me with. Yeah? He's been harassing my friends, my business partners, people who did business with the office of the deputy president, trying to force them to write statements that whatever they were getting, they were sharing with me. Of course, they have refused because it's not true. And DCI Amin has put up a team there in the economic section to try to look around and see whether they can get anything. They can incriminate and open criminal charges against me. Again, not just me, everybody, you know. Metekalinturi, Justin Muturi, you know. Kate Waruguru is being harassed by KRA because of her political position, you know. Many people are quiet, and they are telling me, please, we'll come and join you the last 6 months, because if we do, KRA will come for us. Many people are telling me governors are being harassed by EACC so that they support William Ruto. You know, my governor here, Mutahi Kahiga, is always being threatened. Joshua Irongo, they are being threatened by EACC. In fact, the president is really using EACC, DCI, and KRA to harass those who don't agree with him. But it's okay. As we are ready, if they have anything that they think they can bring, it's okay, they can go ahead. These jails are made for men and women. And it's no big deal, because we have seen it before, and here we are. But it's very unfortunate, because it's a promise William Ruto gave to the people of Kenya that he will never use the criminal justice system to pursue politics and to punish those opposed to him. And he has perfected that one. That is what he is doing. The FRC, the Financial Reporting Center, they report to him directly. He is monitoring money for everybody in Kenya. He wants to know who has money and who doesn't have. And he wants to know those who are having more money than him, where they are getting it from. You know? And he has really taken control of the whole Financial Reporting Center. And that's the way it is.
Wow. Let's talk about the crisis over the education funds. We've seen the funding model. It's not working. Senator Wathangwa spoke about the government giving money to us to pay the government instead of putting it in a system, and then you just put education for free.
Yeah.
Do we even have hope for the education funding system?
Mwai Kibaki, the celebrated third president of the Republic of Kenya, when he was campaigning, promised free education. And he did. He was a man of honor. And people are very happy. That has collapsed. So what we have now developed is a system of worshipping leaders. You give governors money, they create a bursary. They give to the people. MCA, they give to the people. MPs, bursary, they give to the people. Minister of Education, they give to the people. This money is from government. Then you go and pay the principal. What we need to do is collapse all those bursaries and just make education free. And the money is actually enough. If you look at the money that goes to CDF for bursary, because the MPs, they get like 150 million per year, and they're allowed to spend up to 45% of that money for bursaries. All that money that is coming through CDF for bursary, put together with what the governors are getting, with what the Ministry of Education is getting, we can get free primary and secondary education. And that is something we intend to do in our new administration. You know, harmonize all these funds, put the money together and pay directly without delaying it, nothing. As we have today, the schools are not getting capitation. The money is given to the MPs to bribe voters to elect them back. So that's where we have a problem. And it's something that I think we need to make a very bold decision on how to amalgamate all these funds, put them together and make education free for the people of Kenya.
Okay. All right. Now, I want us to shift kidogo. Now, I want to talk about the new party. And before that, I want us to talk about your rallies that are always getting attacked left, right, and center. But before that, let me talk to my people about two things. One, how about you get to join Goldchild Media Institute to study what you get to do over here? Production, editing, graphics, and all the short courses you want to do on the media space. Goldchild Media Institute is the go-to place. Check this out. Welcome to Goldchild Media Institute, where talent meets opportunity. This is the place where your media dreams come alive. And guess what? We've got something for everyone. Do you love the camera? We offer videography and photography classes. Action! Shoot! Take. Jesus. Nimepiga nani picha. And for those who love music production, yes, we have the course. Mpaka wale wama chiki 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 anguka sound and graphic design. And trust me, this is just the start. We offer so much more. Over here at Goldchild, it's all practical learning, no boring theory. Basically, here at Goldchild Media Institute, we prepare you with the real skills for you to thrive in the real world.
At Goldchild, I feel like a pro already.
Enroll today by dialing the number on the screen and find us in Nairobi, Development House 11. All right, welcome back to OBINNA Show Live. We're having a conversation with His Excellency RIIGGY, and it's hot. The video nimekwambia cheza na disclaimer. Vitu zina. Okay, there's a question that everybody's asking here that I need to just shoot your way before we shift into the conversation. People asking General Ogola. Who killed General Ogola?
I don't know. You know, me, I'm a truthful man.
Okay.
What I don't have information.
Okay.
I don't. And much as I have a problem with William Ruto,
okay,
I am not in the business of saying things against people when I don't have the information.
Okay.
All I know is that General Ogola was a great man.
Okay.
I really felt it. I was very close to him. He was very nice to me. He was a very good military officer. He has a wonderful wife and children, and I really sympathize with them. And as a country, we lost a great general, a very patriotic and disciplined officer who would have taken this country very far. It is very sad and it's unfortunate that he lost his life at the prime of his career. And I really miss having, his work, and we used to work well.
Okay.
He was a very jovial man. In fact, among all the people in government,
okay,
he is the only one who remembered me one day and brought me a birthday card from nowhere.
It was your birthday?
Yeah, he just came. I was told the general is at the gate. I said, wow.
Here?
No, in Karen.
Okay.
I said, wow, how can the general come without even saying, is there a problem? You know, when the chief of defense forces comes to see you and he had not even told you and you have no prior information, you panic. You know, is there a crisis in the country or something? And then he case, Deputy President, I've come to wish you happy birthday, this is your card.
Wow.
He was a great man. I really miss him, and I am very saddened that we lost him. And I really enjoyed working with the late General Ogola.
Okay.
He was a great military officer.
Okay. The Githurai massacre, what really happened?
I have no details. You know, that time I was at a lot of siege.
Okay.
The president was trying, under the advice of Nurdin Haji, to blame me for the Gen Z revolt.
Okay.
You know, you remember they are saying that I'm behind it, simply because I had said that those are my children and they should not be vilified. And you know, I opposed that operation, vehemently, in the National Security Council. And I said, you cannot kill children for whatever reason.
Okay.
And the issues these children are raising are legitimate. And that is why I took the unprecedented action that has not happened again in this country, to issue a counter press conference that was contradictory to what the president was saying. The president had the previous night, on the 25th of June, said that those children were criminals and they were treasoners. Yeah? And I couldn't allow it. And I called a press conference. I said, no, these are not criminals. These are my sons and daughters. And they have a legitimate cause of action. And this is a democratic country. It's a free country. And we shouldn't kill them for speaking out. And you know why the Gen Z were speaking out and why they became relevant is because nature abhors vacuum. The president compromised the opposition and captured parliament. So there is nobody to talk to the people of Kenya.
Yeah.
And since nature abhors vacuum, the Gen Z found relevance to speak for the people of Kenya. And I really want to commend them. And what they did is unprecedented in this country. And I want to join President Uhuru Kenyatta in telling our young people to rise up to the occasion and fight for their country and fight for their parents. Some of us aging, we are growing old. Yeah. We want these children to take care of us in our age, and this is their country. And more than anybody else, they are the greatest stakeholders in this country because they have much longer to live than all of us. So they have a responsibility to make sure that there is good governance. They have a responsibility to make sure we have a responsible government. So I want to encourage the Gen Zs that this is your time and you have a date with destiny and you must be on the right side of history. And I want to tell the Gen Zs, my sons and daughters, my grandchildren, you are doing a fantastic job on the smartphone of creating awareness. But that is not enough. The real transformation of this country will happen on the ballot. You guys must register and get IDs, register as voters, come out and vote, and help us to follow the vote the way it is going using the smartphone. And I am very saddened and embarrassed that I served a government that killed children. I feel my heart is heavy that I took part in getting this government elected into office, only for that government to turn against innocent children and kill them and butcher them, and then sound very unapologetic, like it doesn't matter. I had another member of parliament saying that people die every day and move on. Can you imagine the kind of callousness in this administration? The MPs who are sycophants of the president have no feelings, they have no heart whatsoever. That a member of parliament on the floor of the parliament, the National Assembly, on the Hansard, can stand up and say that people dying is no big deal. And people die all days everywhere in the world and just move on. You know, like I really feel it. And for the parents of the Gen Zs who died, their brothers, their sisters, their relatives and friends, I, RIIGGY Gachagua, give my profound apologies to you that I took a great part in bringing this government into power that has turned against you. And I ask for your forgiveness, because that should never happen. And I really feel it. And I feel it because I took a very active role in getting this government elected, only for this government to turn against children and kill them. I really feel it, and I feel very sorry about it. There's nothing I can do. I cannot bring them back to life. I cannot replace them. I cannot trace them. But I will do whatever I need to do to make sure that those responsible also get humiliated at the right time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Planning to take revenge?
Not for me. Not mine.
People.
For the people, for the Gen Zs. Who will get justice to these Gen Zs? The only way for us to get them justice is to remove the men who ordered for their killing. I think that's the only thing we need to do for the children and for their parents and for their relatives.
There's a time you used to say, oh, President, don't kill me, don't kill my children. You're no longer scared to die?
How many times can you die? Once. And nobody can die from morning to evening. You just snap like that and you are dead and buried. And life goes on. I am one Kenyan who has sacrificed and offered my life to liberate this country. And I'm willing. That's why I speak the way I speak. I don't care.
Yeah, you've been making some pretty
I don't care.
bold statements.
Somebody must speak.
Using Githurai.
Somebody must be brave enough, courageous enough, be patriotic enough, love his country enough to do what I do, to be a man of courage, to speak for the people, because People have been intimidated, people have been coerced, people have been bribed. Nobody speaks for the people of Kenya. If I too became a coward and get intimidated by William Ruto and keep quiet, who will speak for the people of Kenya? Somebody must speak for them. Just like the Gen Zs who went to the streets and paid for their lives. We too are willing. Whatever it takes, you know. That's why William Ruto harasses me every day. In November, he sent goons to kill me in Limuru under police escort. Up to today, the people who wanted to kill me have never been arrested. Pictures are all over. I had a DCI the other day telling me to go and report to police. When they saw the violence, they saw the pictures, they did nothing about it. I went to Shamata in Nyandarua. A policeman threw tear gas at me. You know, the Christians, that policeman is still there. Here he was promoted from an inspector to chief inspector. You know, another day Pastor Dorcas was having a Christian prayers here in Nyeri. A leader of the criminal gang who now works directly under the president and the deputy president went and with other criminals chased her away from the meeting, harassed Christians. Nothing has been done. Another day, in a manner similar to what happened in Kiambaa Church, where William Ruto was part and parcel, goons were sent by the president to PCA Mweki Church to attack me and Christians inside the church. They desecrated the altar. The MCA for Umoja is the one with the governor who had sent those criminals under the direction of William Ruto. Today, nobody has ever been arrested. Yesterday, goons were sent to disrupt the launching of my party. They came under police escort. You have heard the CS Interior saying that those people who are throwing stones at us and attacking us, that they had come and were not paid. To start with, we don't pay people to come to our meetings the way William Ruto does. He has to pay people to go to his meeting. I don't pay anybody to come to my meeting. Those are gangs. And the CS should know, even lying requires some little intelligence. You know, people are very intelligent. So the president has been trying to intimidate me every day.
But the story is that these people are your people. Like
how do you...
Every time you're doing a kamuktano, you get attacked. Like people are saying you're coming with a victim mentality because the underdog always wins.
But let me ask you...
But why,
if they are my people, they would be in prison by now for sure. If those people who attack me are my people and they are seen attacking me, they would have been arrested a long time ago.
That the reason why you don't want to press charges is because you know...
How do I press charges against them? If I report to the police, I wrote to the Inspector General, he did nothing. Where am I supposed to press charges? So criminal matters are dealt with by the police and the Director of Public Prosecutions. They are not civil matters. If it was civil matters, I would sue the president because he is the one who does these things. But the Constitution gives him immunity. You cannot take him to court as long as he is president. So what other legal remedies are there?
So you have nothing to do with these people who come...
How would I have anything to do with the people who are attacking my meetings? And if they are my people, why don't they arrest them? By now, they should have been arrested and charged. You know? What I know is that they want to harass the private guards who guard me. Any time I'm attacked, I have people who guard me. So they want to use this to start harassing the private people who guard me so that I have no people willing to guard me because I have no, despite being the second deputy president of the Republic of Kenya, and a man with a serious following, and a man whose security is important for this country. Yeah? If I was shot today, or if I was struck today, the Kenya would not be the same again. The state has a responsibility to make sure that I'm safe for the political stability of this country. But they have not done so, but doesn't matter, I'm not interested. I have made arrangements that I have private guards who guard me all the time. You know, and I know that is what they have been targeting, so that they can be able to get them from me. But doesn't matter. Let them do whatever they want to do. But they must know that all these things will come to an end one day. Yeah? And it is treating Kenyans like they are not intelligent to say that I'm the one who organizes my own attacks. What would I gain from that? You know?
Sympathy.
What sympathy? I don't need sympathy from anybody. Why would I want sympathy from anybody?
When these people attack your congregations, your meetings, how does that make you feel?
I feel terrible because this is a country of the rule of law. This is not a country of the rule of jungle. You know, it is so sad that a president can use goons to settle political scores. And he must accept that I have moved on. I will not support him, and I no longer support him with my supporters. And there's nothing he can do. He cannot force us to support him by force. He just has to go and look for support elsewhere. Yeah? But, you know, they had wanted me to stay in the house. They thought after they removed him from office, I would stay here and be crying here. So they don't want me to go out there where the people are. That is why the attacks were there. Because they thought I'm a coward, that they would attack me once, twice, and then I chicken out, I come back and fear. I am willing to die in those meetings. If that will save this country, if my blood is what will grow the tree of liberation so that this country is free from the dictatorship of William Ruto, so be it. But let me say, for the avoidance of doubt, I'll continue doing my meetings. Let them come and harass us. But my people have said it will not happen anymore. And you see what happened yesterday. You know people are getting very angry.
Yeah.
People are getting very angry. We are going to have a very big launch with over 40,000 people. If they set gangs there, they will fight those people there. Because they are also human beings. And nobody is a coward. You know, if that's what the president wants Kenyans to fight each other, let it be. But I can say, I want to confirm that I'm not going to stay in the house. I am not going to stop going to meetings for fear of attack by goons. What I know is that I have many supporters who are willing and ready to defend my meetings to a man. And that will happen. And we are not going to chicken out, and we are not going to be sold fear. You know?
Okay.
My brother, I'm a descendant of the Mau fighters.
I was waiting for that line.
Yeah. So, you know, William Ruto must know that sending a few goons here cannot make me run away from meetings or stop going to the public. I'll go to the public.
Okay.
If he wants to kill me there, let him kill me there. You know, and there's no problem. Whatever he wants to do, he can do. But I also want to say that my people, my supporters have also said, no, it will not happen again. So those goons who are being sent, they must know. They will find people waiting for them. We have a launch on 4th. Let them come. They will find people waiting for them. If that's what the president has decided, that this is not a country of the rule of law, that policemen will stand away and let people fight each other. If he has decided that everybody should organize his own security, if the president wants to use goons, there is nobody who has a monopoly of using goons.
Yeah.
But I can assure you that my supporters, and there are millions, they have made a decision. Like you saw yesterday, nobody would be allowed to attack my meeting or myself. And on 4th, we have a big meeting. If they want to organize 1,000 goons, let them go ahead.
Pull up. We're ready.
They'll come. People will be ready for them.
When that thing was happening yesterday, where were you?
I was just there.
Haukushtuka?
Nani?
Nini.
Yeah, Nini. My friend, what is that? That's a joke. Sisi ni tuko pale, sisi ni chuma ya zamani.
Tiagas ulitoka teke.
Sisi ni chuma ya zamani. So, na hakuna mtu atatutoa kwa mkutano.
Okay.
We will not stop building our party. We will not stop liberating this country. We will not stop speaking out for the people of this country because of a few goons who are being organized by William Ruto. Let him know that we are also men. And we'll wait for them. There's no problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you see what happened in Butere Girls?
I saw.
Was it right?
Of course not. That is repression. Why is William Ruto fighting young girls? I don't know what is this man's obsession with children. The ones in Kiambaa Church, watoto wameua. Gen Z ameua. Butere Girls, watoto ya form 2, form 3, anawahangaisha. Wewe sasa rais, hii watoto, what is it? Let these children be. You know, these children have creativity. We want to allow these children to grow. We encourage them to be creative. Theater is a good expression. Figurative language, symbolism. And you know that play, The Echoes of War, is just a reflection of what is going on in the country. But because the president cannot stomach the truth, That's why he stopped it. Yeah? And it doesn't have to take Butere Gaos to tell the president the truth. Nurdin Haji should have told him the same truth quietly without it going to on stage. But because Nurdin is not doing his work, the Gaos were doing it for him. Because the president needs to know what is happening in the country. Yeah? But it's very, very, very unfortunate. I didn't know we would ever get back there. That is what was happening in the 80s. I never knew after the new constitution, the 2010 constitution, we'll ever get back there.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a time when the president did an address, then you also did an address after him, and a lot of people are like, that's a breach of protocol, it's disrespectful. What was the situation? What was happening? Why did that happen?
I've told you, I couldn't allow him to abuse our children and call them criminals. I needed to say they are not criminals, they are our sons and daughters, the Gen Zs.
Okay.
He had issued a press conference on 24th. And even that particular day on 26th, when I called the press conference, he called his so that I stopped mine. And when the head of public service called me, he says, hey, we have seen you have a press conference. The president has a press conference, so please cancel it. I said, there's no problem. I cancel it. Let the president go first. If he addresses the issues that I wanted to address satisfactorily, I would drop mine.
Okay.
He had said Gen Zs are criminals, they are prisoners, yeah, and he'll clamp them. And I was saying, no, that is wrong. Yeah. These are our children. We cannot just kill them because of speaking the truth. You know, it looked unprocedural. It looked disrespectful, but it needed to be done. I mean, we are not talking about potatoes or carrots.
Yeah.
We are talking about human lives. We are talking about our children. I mean, the topic was so serious, I needed to speak out and say what is happening is wrong. I'm that kind of a person. And even the president knows I'm a truthful person. So there is no way I would allow him to get away with murder, killing children, and then justifying it by calling them criminals, by saying that they are involved in treason, and is a lie. Those children never wanted to overthrow his government. They were simply expressing their displeasure with the government's insistence to force Finance Bill 2024 on the people of Kenya. But he was saying they are criminals, and I was saying they are not criminals. And I needed to defend the Gen Z. Okay. And I'm the only Kenyan in government who came out to defend the Gen Z. And I meant every word of what I said. And I really, truly believe in them.
After that, did you get any call?
Of course, I was really reprimanded. I was thoroughly abused, and I took it in stride.
Oh.
Yeah, thoroughly.
On phone call, I'm on
face to face. He called me all sorts of names, unprintable, and I said it's okay. I didn't say anything, I kept quiet. I kept quiet.
Now that Professor Kindiki is over there, are you guys in good terms? Are you friends? You got beef?
I have nothing to do with him.
Okay.
That's an employee of William Ruto. I'm not in the business of discussing employees, you know. Let him do what he can.
Is he capable of leading Mount Kenya?
I don't know who elected him in Mount Kenya. You cannot lead people unless they give you the mandate. That is an employee of William Ruto. He takes care of the interests of William Ruto. William Ruto is against the people of Mount Kenya. He calls them tribalists. He punishes them. He sacks them. He interferes with their businesses. And Mr. Yesa to punish the mountain. So I know how you can lead punishing and whom you cannot defend. Yeah. Okay. But I don't like discussing employees.
Okay.
I like discussing leaders. I discuss William Ruto because I was also elected.
Okay.
That is an employee. He can discuss with his fellow employees.
Where? What's your beef with Oscar Sudi?
That's zero.
Okay.
What do I have to do with him? Yeah. He's just a member of parliament. I have nothing to do with him. I am not in parliament myself. And I hear him talk about me all the time. And I'm happy, These guys who removed him from office with William Ruto, they had said, I'll be forgotten in 3 weeks. This is the 7th month. I am the discussion in every meeting.
Even today,
there were publicizing my party somewhere in Ukambani. You know, the president is in so much trouble. He lost all the people who could speak for him. That his PA now is the one who speaks for him. A PA is the one now selling him in the meetings. That is how thin he is. Yeah? So I had that be discussing my party. I'm very happy. And this party has caused commotion in government. I saw Mr. Yesa tweeting something last night about the party. I had the president today saying that we should not be forming parties, we should be working. I would like to tell William Ruto, I'm not your employee. You cannot decide for me what I'll do. When I was your deputy, you could order me around. You can't order me around. If I want to form a political party, that's my business. What do you have to do with it? You run government, my friend. Me, I'm not in government. Why are you saying that at we work? We work with what? I'm not working. You are the one who is working. At least it's the time to work. It's time to work for those who have work. But those who don't have work, you cannot force them to work. As we have some work we are doing, and the work is well cut out. We have been told by the people of Kenya, William Ruto is one term. We are focused. That's what we are working on. It's our business. And the president cannot decide to us what is our work. He's doing his work he was told by the people of Kenya to do. The same people of Kenya have told us to make him one term. So both of us are obeying the people of Kenya. He build roads if he wants. Do whatever you want to do, go ahead. Us, we have a different script and instructions from the people of Kenya. Make William Ruto one term. That's what we are doing.
That's the agenda.
Why does he want me to abandon me my work and go and do his? Kila mtu afanya kazi yake.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your beef with Kimani Ichung'wah?
I have no beef. That is a sycophant of William Ruto. Again, it's an amplifier of William Ruto. My issue is William Ruto. Those are just flower girls around him, members of the praise and worship team, who see no evil, hear no evil. They are inconsequential. You know, our main focus is William Ruto. He is a problem for this country. That's what we are focusing on. His hangers on, those are his problems. We focus on the main issue. And I don't think any Kenyan has told me to deal with those characters you are mentioning. I have not had anybody tell me to deal with them. My instructions are very clear. One term. Period.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And if the president wants me to change that, he must talk to the people of Kenya to change the instructions to me.
Oh, wakwambie.
Yeah, wacha hivyo kwa
Focus huko kwingine.
Nikiambiwa, mimi I align quickly. I don't argue with the people of Kenya.
Okay. All right, now I want us to talk about DCP. Where tumeguza, we've tried to touch a couple of areas here and there. But before we talk about DCP, I want you to upgrade the look in your house. Wacha kuwa na nyumba inakaa vile inataka. Have a beautiful wall, have a beautiful wall unit, a TV unit, frames, the doors, the gypsum, and that whole shebang. The guys at Mr. Frames Kenya are going to do a beautiful job for you. Check out this one. Running. Mr. Frames Kenya, so they can get to hook you up with amazing, amazing wall decor. So, Davido, can you put what is it called? Can you put a pole? A pole, put a new pole, eh? Yeah. Let's do a simple pole. We see If elections were to be held today, RIIGGY, WSR.
Yeah, pull that one.
We put that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So put that one, we see how it's going to look like. Then the guys can take a vote over there. The other poll I've seen, we had over 70,000 votes. The one for do you support RIIGGY, 82% said yes, 18% said no. All right, that's 70,000 votes, and still counting. Now it's 70,920 votes still going. So put a new poll, we check it out. Yeah? You're sending it to Wesley. Okay, so we are currently in the Murima area, and most definitely if you're on this side and you want to hang out, you better do so at the Omega Gardens. All right, Omega Gardens, you want amazing food, you want a place to chill, you want a place to hold your meeting, and also you want to just party and have a good time. Omega Gardens, we are going there for karaoke after this. Ooh, I believe I can fly. We're going to be singing. You know my favorite? Lady in Red. That's what I'm going to be singing. You know it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I always do Kingston Town. Nikitaka kuwatishia hivi, Lady in Red. Alafu saa kidogo naingia Unbogable. Alafu namalizia hapo. Yes. Omega Gardens is the place to be. It's located in Nyeri, Nairobi Highway. The number is on the screen. Call them up. Delicacies. All right. So now we are going to the conversation for the new party. Yesterday, a lot happened. It was launched with a bang. Literally. Yeah, they were shot. Yeah, live on location. And actually, that is not even the launch of the party.
No, that was just unveiling the name.
Unveiling
the symbol, the colors.
Yes.
That was a small event.
Now, a major one is coming.
DCP is a new kid on the block.
Okay.
And we are very happy that Kenyans have embraced it. And we have seen the discomfort it has caused William Ruto and company. And he has seen nothing yet. The launch will be something that has not been seen in the history of political parties in this country. Thousands of our supporters and believers will congregate at a venue to be unveiled later in Nairobi. And I'll have all the principals as my visitors and guests to unveil the party and give our vision. Okay. Yeah. Yesterday it was just to say this is a party because people have been wanting to know. And I have kept it secret for a long time. It only leaked 2 days before when I engaged people for branding materials. They are not able to keep quiet. These guys for branding.
Well, you're a t-shirt demanding.
So it's going to be great.
Okay.
Our party is modeled along the lines of listening to the people. Okay. That is why our symbol is the listening ear.
Okay.
Yeah. We are saying Kenyans know what is good for this country. Just listen to them. Kenyans know how they want to be governed. Just listen to them. Kenyans have solutions to all the problems that bedevil this nation. Listen to them. In fact, the solution to all the economic challenges we are having is just listening to the people of Kenya. We have abundance of human resource. We have economic experts whom we've given a chance will sort out this country. We have health experts whom, if listened to, will give us solutions to our health system challenges. Our education challenges, we have education experts if listened to. The issue of enterprise, the issue of ICT, the issue of the creative economy, listen to the Gen Z. Allow them, give them a chance to tell you what needs to be done. These Gen Zs, the millennials, they have the solutions to the problems of this country. So our new administration, which God willing, I'm hoping I'll lead that administration. My strategy to sort out this country is to listen to the people of Kenya and allow them to tell us how they want to be governed and what needs to be done in each and every sector. And I want to say that an administration that I lead will have experienced people backed by fresh young people with new ideas and energy. The Gen Zs and the millennials. And that is why you find in my party. If you saw me parade them there, it's full of young people. Because I believe in them. And I want also to mentor them by giving them a chance to lead. You know, if you look, I have the deputy chairperson in charge of operations for our party.
Okay.
Is Mable Sarah Owino, 24 years old. Yeah? The deputy vice chair of the DCP party is a 24-year-old girl from Kisumu. Yeah? The national deputy organizing secretary in charge of strategy is Mariam Fredina Mariki, a 26-year-old girl from Taita Taveta. Yeah? Secretary for International Affairs is Alvina Kavura from Murang'a, 31-year-old girl. Yeah? Wanjiku Thega, the national youth leader, is a 33-year-old girl. Yeah? Breda Bajira from the county of Busia, a 34-year-old girl, is the executive director. I have surrounded myself with youthful people for me to benefit from their youthfulness, from the freshness of their ideas, from their perspective, from their wide knowledge by interacting with their fellow young people. In fact, and indeed, I'm the luckiest leader in this country. With this group of these young people, bustling with energy, knowledge, exposure, ambition, you can't go wrong. I will listen to these people very keenly. I'm already listening to them.
Okay.
That function you saw there, they are the ones who had arranged it. We let them do it. This launch we are doing, that's going to be something that has not been seen in this country. These young girls and boys, they are going to do it. I've told them, deliver it. They have told me, boss, leave it to us. And I believe in them.
Okay.
I trust them. Yeah? And the future of this country will be determined by the willingness of leaders to trust our young people and to give them an opportunity to offer what they know and what they believe in. I am a great believer in working with young people. And let me tell you, my brother, you can never go wrong.
Okay.
To start with, these young people have no tribe. They have no jealousies. They are not petty. They are outgoing. They are energetic. And they want to achieve great heights. And they want to surmount big challenges. I am the luckiest party leader in our country to be surrounded by a team of young, energetic people. And my party and I are going places courtesy of these young people. I want to take this opportunity to ask all the Gen Zs that DCP is your home. If there's one party where the Gen Zs will find comfort, acceptance, it's DCP. Because the party leader, RIIGGY, believes in our young people. And that is why I took the risk as deputy president of rubbing my boots the wrong way by contradicting him when he called our young people criminals. And I told him, hey boss, you can't do that. You can't call our young people criminals. They are not criminals. These are our young, they are our sons and daughters. Please respect them and let them be. Allow them space. This is the future of this country. You are 59 years, you are almost retiring. How do you kill the real strength of your country? The people who have a direct stake in the welfare of this country because they have longer to live. In DCP, I want to take this opportunity in this show, this great show, to ask the Gen Zs and the millennials, this is your home. Please register. Come, we work together. I have led by example by getting 5 of you to be in the national executive so that you know I'm serious. I want to engage you. I want you to come and help me craft a strategy to liberate this country and create good governance. And also I know the Gen Zs like me are also believers in one term. So we need to work together. And the real driver of one term is Rigathi Gachagua. So since the Gen Zs also want one term, they need to come and partner with me. And I'll allow them space. I'll let them be.
So in your government, there'll be just one term?
I'm saying one term. Ile mtu.
This one. But in your government?
We'll be together. These are the people who have the energy to run government. Mimi, nataka niketi pale. Sema nyinyi vijana, wewe fanya hii, endelea na hiyo.
Are you going to be running for presidency?
Yeah.
2027?
Yes, I am. I'm a presidential candidate.
But you have legal issues.
I have no issues. None whatsoever.
So legally you are allowed to run for presidency?
What the law says is the right to vie for office is absolute. And as long as you have not exhausted all the legal remedies available to you, all the way to the Supreme Court, you must be allowed to vie. You know, you saw the Sirisia MP were looking. He was jailed for 74 years. Convicted, he was in prison. He was allowed to run. He was elected, and the Court of Appeal vindicated him and quashed the conviction. Had he stopped from running, he would have denied his right, constitutional right. And you know, people try to use these cases to slow me down and to really intimidate my supporters. Oh, this man cannot run. Where is he leading to? Even if I was not running, I know where I want to take my supporters. And they believe in me and they trust me. And they know I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
I am a candidate, but we have said among ourselves, 5 or 6 of us, at the right time, we'll sit down and consider our various strengths, our various strategies, and see who among us can carry the flag to face William Ruto. If my colleagues and the formula we shall apply find me suitable, I would be more than happy to face William Ruto and become president and restore the dignity of the Kenyan people, restore the payslip, and bring back our country and good governance. If the formula does not favor me and it favors any of my colleagues, I'll, with a very clean heart, support that person to a man, so that we form the next government and restore our country.
Okay. Guys, we can put the poll anytime this year. No. Yeah, anytime this year. We can't put the poll from there? To put the poll on the... Here, put it here, because everybody's asking for the poll. They want to vote now.
Yeah, put
Chukweni kura.
Weka hiyo tuone kura vile nasema.
You can put it with the phone? It has to be YouTube Studio. We can try with this one. Okay, come here. Because everybody's here, the poll, they're waiting for it. But I think I have YouTube Studio. Nani is conveniently mteja now. Yeah, watch out to, because now you know we can't even conclude without checking what the poll is saying.
Yeah, I can see everybody's asking for the poll.
Yeah, everybody's over there. Wake up poll, wake up poll, wake up poll, wake up poll, wake up poll. They want to vote now. Okay, let's come here. But oh wow, okay. Shelton is working on it as well. Na hii ni kama ile kukuwa na a team full of so okay, I'm on the YouTube YouTube Studio. Yeah? Davido, you know how to do the thing? On the phone it's tricky. You have to be on the laptop. Wow. But Shelton will not be able to. Oh wow, okay, that's interesting. There's no way you can do it on the comment section. Oh wow, okay. Okay. Less with Shelton, then we see what is possible, because I'm trying to find it here and somehow. Yeah? Call who? Leslie, you've sorted? Yeah. They're working on it. Let's see how it goes. Guys, patience kidogo too. The poll is coming. Where? Watu wa RIIGGY wako upa. Pie. The poll is coming. Yeah, it's coming in a short while. But thank you so much for being with us all this while. We're still over 30,000. Now we're 33,000 people still watching it. Asanteni sana. We are getting there. So how do young people join the DCP?
I think there is a formula that has been put on a page for the DCP.
Okay.
I think let them go to Facebook DCP Kenya.
Okay.
And they will be guided through how you register through the register of political parties and how you become a member. So let them just check on DCP Kenya Facebook page, and you'll get the formula that is there.
Okay. Money, resources for the party. How are you guys planning to get them together?
It's a people's party. I'm not going to fund this party. One, I don't have those kind of resources. And even if I had, it's a people's party, it's not my party.
Okay.
And this party will be run by members. Already the few things we are doing, people have contributed large sums of money.
Okay.
Yeah. As of last week, we are almost on 100 million. Yeah. Yeah. About 100 million.
Guys have already contributed 100 million.
Yeah, and that was before the party was launched. And we'll shortly be rolling out our pay bill number and our bank accounts, both the dollar account because of the people in diaspora and the Kenya shilling account. And we are asking people those who want to support this party, those who really believe in liberating this country and want to be part of that process, to also put some money into it. 100 shillings, 200 shillings, 500 shillings, 1,000 shillings, 10,000, 100,000, depending on your ability. And no money is small. Yeah. Okay. 200 shillings for majority of Kenyans will be a very resourced party. We need money to do our launch. We need money to buy vehicles. We need to open branch offices. We need to do materials. We need to do T-shirts. As we speak today, everybody wants our caps. They want our T-shirts. And this party will be viewed by the members because it's a public body. It's not my company. It's not a private thing. It's not a family business. And the people of Kenya who want to associate with us will come through. And I really want to thank those who have given us money. People have paid for our office. Some people have given us furniture. Others have given us laptops. Others have given us desktop computers. Others have given us fridges, gas cookers, lawn mowers.
They're all
people
donating.
Have given vehicles. I have now 4 Prados. Yeah?
You've been given 4 Prados?
Yeah, already. 4 Prados. Some people have given us sound equipment, for the vehicles, other sound equipment for the party. I'm really overwhelmed by the support from people who want to be associated with this party. And this party will grow, and it will grow very rapidly. And I want to assure our members that we will not let you down. And this team of young people is my insurance. These people cannot allow anybody to mess our party. These young people will not allow us, our generation, to mess this country. And that is why when William Ruto became obstinate, they marched to parliament and ran for parliament. They are not going to allow anybody to mess this country. I want to assure you. And I'm so persuaded, and I know. So my job is to listen to the young people and do what is right, because they know. They are knowledgeable. They do a lot of research. They are on internet. They have information on world best practices. So why would any leader worth his salt, who calls himself a leader in this country, not listen to our young people? This is a serious national resource in terms of knowledge. And the only way to sort out this country is to talk to our young people and to listen to them. And I really want to mentor them. Once they have taken off, we hand over to them, and then they continue. And as we can sit back and retire and enjoy the good work they are doing. And that is what I want to be my legacy. I want to be that leader who will go down in the history of this country, that I mentored the young people. If you look at the young people who hang around me, Senator John Methu, 34 years. I've mentored that young man. Yeah? The women rep for Kirinyaga, Kasheri, 29. Yeah? The senator for Kiambu, Karungu, Thangwa, below 40. Yeah? The senator for Muranga, Nyutu, another young guy. The MP for Manyata, Mukunji. Yeah? It's another guy, a millennial. If you look at the guys who hang around me, who are already elected, yeah, there are very many. These Gen Zs will take all the nominated seats for MCs in counties where my party is strong. I want to assure you, these are the people who go to the county assembly. These are the people we shall nominate as members of parliament and senate. Yeah?
Okay.
These are the drivers of our economy. They are the makers of our nation. I mean, it is stupid, actually irresponsible, not to involve these young people in governance. I mean, they know too much, and they have the energy. You know, our energy levels are going down. So what you do if you are somebody who is clever, you look for young people to boost your energy levels. Yeah. Okay. You know, like today, the way you are here, through a process called diffusion and another one called osmosis, I gotta feel younger. You know, osmosis, diffusion is the process of transfer of molecules from lower concentration to higher concentration. So today, these youthful people, through diffusion osmosis, will transfer some youthfulness and some energy to me. So I'm a better person, you know.
That's why you spoken for 3 hours.
Yeah.
3 hours.
I think when we spoke with these young guys there, they really energized me, and I'm so grateful that you brought this team here.
Yeah.
I feel so happy to be surrounded by such young people. You know, it's a pride for the country that we have these young people. And I really want to thank you that you have provided an opportunity for them to have gainful employment. When you are introducing them, security, director of content, the co-host, you know, yeah? Even the young girl here is pretending not to know English. Yeah? And you can, the accent is Nikali. Yeah? So, you know, how lucky am I as a leader in this country to be to have such young people surrounding me. I'm so proud of my country. I'm so proud of our nation that we have such a great workforce that if properly deployed and given an opportunity to prevail and to present the best and what they know, this country will be very good. You know, I wish I was a president. You know, I would surround myself with young people. Yeah? Kila pahali wamejaa huko wananisaidia, so that mimi nakuja tu nafungua mkutano na waachia, wakimaliza wananiita. Sema wewe mzee kuja, tumepanga hii na hii, iko sawa, endeleeni. That is the kind of government that I would like to run. Okay. Yeah? That I will be a leader just to give guidance, policy guidance, and also to listen. And also the young people can also benefit from experience. Kama mzee amekaa kidogo, so that wakikimbia sana, I also slow them down.
Give guidance.
Yeah? And when I find labda they are struggling, I encourage them.
Okay.
But there's beauty in working with young people. My children, Kevin and Keith, when I left office, when I became deputy president, I gave them all my businesses to run. Today, I'm a very proud father. When I came here in the morning, I did a few things. I went to see something Keith is doing. I went round. I just walked away whistling with pride that my son has put up a business that is working, you know, with the little supervision. I just allowed him. I said, do this and that. Once in a while, go, Dad, I'm stuck here. What would you do if it were you? I say, okay, do it this way, do it that way. Our young people are marvelous. They are
Speaking of young people, what do you think of the young people who are running for the presidential space? We have Salasia, we have Morara. and many others, and even other young people who are looking to run.
We want to encourage them to run.
Okay.
But we also want to advise them that they don't have to abuse other people whom they consider to be their opponents, you know.
Okay.
Being old is not a crime. They will also get old one day, you know, and they don't want to be abused at that time.
Okay.
Let them present what they have to the people of Kenya, and I don't think they'll attract any attention from many Kenyans when they are abusive and when they lack respect for elders, you know. They will not attract attention, because leadership also, you must give people comfort that you are also respectful, because people want to be respected by leaders. So when you are a young person and you want to be a leader and then you are abusing elders everywhere, it can't work. Again, I have seen some of them had come and looked like they could pursue a cause for young people and for the country. But I've found now some of them are hanging around with William Ruto. They were telling us William Ruto is the problem, he needs to go. I have found them in his meetings. I have found them attacking those who want William Ruto to be one term. If they want William Ruto to be one term, anybody else who wants William Ruto to be one term is an ally. You may not like the way he looks, you may not like the way he walks, but the fact that you are in the same team and you want the same result, those are your allies. You don't abuse them and talk about them in a negative manner. And you know, that's how you get to know leaders, by the way they carry themselves and the way they dignify their utterances and the way they also treat other people. So I want to encourage them to go for leadership, but I want to urge them to be respectful to others. And not everybody must be of the same opinion, and they may not necessarily agree on how to go about it, but they must respect the right of others to pursue what they also want to pursue.
Okay. So the poll has been put at the moment with already 9,000 votes in, you're leading with 94%.
Against who?
William Ruto. So if elections were to be held today between RIIGGY and Ruto, who will you vote for? At the moment, we have 10,000 votes, 94% are saying RIIGGY, 6% are saying Ruto. But the poll is still there. And also I'd like to request something so you can support other young people. I'm having a comedy show on the 7th of June.
Yes.
It's known as My Mistakes. I'm talking about the mistakes I've made through my life.
Yes.
It's funny. They're going to laugh and learn from my mistakes, have a good time. We have a lot of young people who want to come. Some of them are like, Obinna, can I get a ticket here and there? So you support them. Support the show.
Wow. When is the show?
The show is 7th June. One day after my birthday. My birthday is on
where
6th
will it be?
It's at Red Room. That is at Life Plaza on the first floor. The tickets are over there at mtickets.com.
How much is one ticket?
Right now, last week there are 1,000. Right now it's 1,500.
They keep on going up.
No. So we had a pre-sale.
Yeah.
It was 1,000.
1,500.
Then now we've moved.
Now I can sponsor quite a number of young people, but how will you determine the ones to help? Because I would want a situation where you have a capacity to help those who really would want to come, but they are not able. You know, how will you determine that?
The way you said you are a truthful man, will start with a simple way. Believe that the ones who will reach out for the tickets will be truthful people and say they can't.
Okay.
So we'll do a poster and say for the ones who have been sponsored by, let's say, DCP.
Yes.
And the party leader, RIIGGY. For the ones who are in Nairobi and you want to come for the comedy show and you haven't not gotten the ticket, just comment below. Then my personal assistant, Omosh, will sieve all of them, reach out to them.
What is the capacity for the hall where they're coming?
The capacity is 1,500, but I wanted just about 800 people to sit down comfortably.
Okay.
Yes.
RIIGGY will support 200 of them.
200 of them. Thank you. Thank you.
And I really love young people.
Okay.
And if I can make them happy, those I support, I'll be a very happy person.
Okay.
And I'll support 200. I'll organize how the money will get to you. Then you can allow them to come.
Okay. So for you who was asking for the ticket to come through for my comedy special on the 7th of June, we have 200 people who are going to get free tickets courtesy of RIIGGY and also DCP party. So mtafika pale mseme asante, yeah? Oh, mom also is adding some. 50 boys.
And they must be boys.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah. Mom, Pastor Dorcas is also saying she's also adding for 50 others. So we automatically have 250.
And mine 200 are for girls?
So yours is 100 boys, 100 girls. Tukawe katikati.
Lakini tusifinye wasichana sana.
Sawa. Okay. So
girl child also needs to be supported.
150 for girl child, 150 ladies.
Yes.
And then 50 gents, tuongeze na 50 gents for mom, so 250.
So no, vijana wa mama atakuwa amefinywa. Let's split it in a way that it is 50-50. Okay. Hers and mine is 250.
Yeah.
Then you do 125, 125.
Si tungefanya tu 300, alafu iko 150 boys, 150
girls. Okay, 300 it is. Waja hiyo uongo.
Oh, wow. Okay, right now we are at 13,000 votes. 13,000 people have already voted and are still voting. We have 94% RIIGGY, 6%. Kwani 6% I move? Ebu acha to refresh.
Kwani hakuna advisors kwa hii vote.
Akiwala, it is still 6%. Yenyu inasema?
Inakuwa namna hiyo. Once a poll has started, whatever it starts, it goes that way to the end. It will never change. Even if it changes, it's 1%.
Oh.
That's why you normally find in the presidential results, the first 1 hour, whoever is leading all the way to the end.
Nayo. So there's no time of like kama hatutaona hakuna tarakanithi itakuja hapa kwa
this thing is scientific.
Oh, wow. Okay, thank you so much for the tickets.
Asante.
For the 300 Team OBINNA family. Thank you so much. We really appreciate, and the young people also appreciate. All right, and if you get time, you and mom, you can pass by, kuja mukae mucheke, you have a good time, mupunguze pressure kidogo.
Sisi hatuna pressure? Unless tumerudi Nairobi, hapo ndio pressure inaanza. But as long as we are here,
hakuna pressure.
Okay. But tutatafuta nafasi.
Okay.
If we are in town, we can pass by.
All right.
Yeah.
Matiang is back. You're gonna be close with him?
Yeah. It's a great guy. He was here the other day.
Okay.
He was here in WAMUNYORO. He paid me a visit. We are working together. He's a great guy. I think he has got good ideas. He has the zeal and the passion.
Okay.
Proven track record. He worked under President Uhuru Kenyatta and did things that are verifiable and quantifiable. And I think he's quite focused of what we need to do.
Okay.
And we are working as a team. And he's a good team player. We have had several meetings, and I think we are getting along very well. I'm very hopeful that we will craft something together with our other brothers, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka.
Oh, you also with Kalonzo?
Yeah, they were all here. Amaro was here, Eugene Amaro was here, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka was here last Sunday.
Okay.
Matiang'i was here, Martha Karua, my sister, was here.
Okay.
Another many leaders were here, Justin Muturi, Mithika Linturi, Senator Seki from Kajiado. We had many people. And,
who are you having from the West area?
Western, we have Eugene. We have Cleophas Malala, who is also the deputy party leader of my party. Another young man, very, very focused, millennial, good age, good focus.
Okay.
And we are good.
Nyanza area? We
have young people from Nyanza.
Okay.
Like my deputy chair.
Okay.
You know, Nyanza has been a difficult region.
Okay.
Because Baba has been there for long, and he's more or less on one institution. So it's now I can see people are trying to exercise independence of mind, which is a good thing for democracy. So I'm sure we'll have many people also.
If Babu Owino comes, would you?
Babu Owino is a great mind. So that's another young man I have a lot of time for.
Okay.
And he's a future.
Okay.
Babu Owino will go places, and these are the young people I would like to mentor.
Okay.
Yeah, I really, if I get an opportunity to mentor Babu, I see a great future in that young man.
Okay. Ndindi Nyoro?
Ndindi Nyoro is another great mind.
Okay.
And I have mentored Ndindi Nyoro for the longest.
Okay.
And once he puts his mind together so that he decides where he is, he has a great future.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. I think that pretty much sums it. So I want us to, I don't know, do you want us to take any question from the people? Ama we leave it
I
there
think
we leave it there
it's
for
been
now.
long.
It's been over 3 hours actually.
And you
Thank
guys,
you so much for staying
you guys
strong.
are here. You want to go to Omega?
What one takwenda? Woo, party after.
I should have asked if I had known, I would have asked my son to invite you to the Outspan, which he runs. It's a very good discotheque. I was there the other day and shaking a leg.
Called discotheque.
What is it?
Discotheque.
What is it called?
But in the club too. Bukla.
Okay. It's called the Tavern. And I was there trying the music equipment on my DJ frequencies. I was playing some soul music, just testing the sound, and it was good.
It's good.
It's only that I was too sober to appreciate the music. You know, the music you appreciate when you are a little bit.
Go in between spaces.
So next time you are in Nyeri, make a date with him and go to the tavern and enjoy yourself.
Definitely. We'll plan and come and do a big show there. That's what I do for a living. That's my day job.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the night job. This is night shift. I am. Now, over here in this camera, to the Gen Zs, who you want to vote for you want to listen to you, and Kenyans at large, why they need to vote for you, why they need to join your party and not these other parties, and what makes it also different. Because maybe it's not just promises like the other one we were told, hey, this and this and that.
I want to tell the Gen Z that I'm a genuine man. At the lowest moment for the Gen Z in this country, at their lowest moment, when they were being shot, when they were being killed, when William Ruto was calling them criminals, this guy here, RIIGGY, stood up and said the Gen Zs are not criminals. There were sons and daughters. They should not be killed. They should be heard and they should be given a chance. That is a clear demonstration and a clear testimony that I believe in the Gen Z, and I love working with them. I would therefore want an opportunity to be that leader who will bring the Gen Z to the decision-making table and allow them to do what they know. I would want to be given an opportunity to lead this country so that I can work with Kenya's best, the Gen Z. These are young people who are innocent, who are tribeless, and who are patriotic and who love their country. They are knowledgeable and energetic. What a privilege that I would have to get an opportunity to work with them. But it's not possible for me to work with the Gen Z unless I'm president, because it is country. That is the person who would allow them to work and let them be. Anybody else below the president cannot make that decision. But I have demonstrated my faith in the Gen Z, and if given an opportunity to be the president of this country, they will be my partners in the governance of this country. We would work together, and I would eventually mentor them and exit the space and allow them to take over.
All righty. There you have it from your next president. All righty. So do the needful. All right. For the ticket, on kilometers, ticket me. Yeah, we're gonna post. We're gonna do a post on my social media. That's my Instagram, my TikTok, and Facebook. We'll split it across. So each platform is gonna get like 100 tickets. 50 ladies, 50 gents. 50 ladies, 50 gents, like that. We're gonna let you know probably by tomorrow. Alrighty. In the meantime, we're coming around the country. Yeah. Then you are the governor, you are the MP, you are the MCA. We're coming around to your area. Tupatie manifesto yako as OBINNA TV Studios. Tuambie ni aje. Tukuja tukae chini hivi. Na by the way tupikie hapa tumekula vizuri pale. Yeah. We went. Let me tell you a side story. There's a politician tulienda kuminterview. Jerry wata kucheka. Mwana nichome hii story. Chakula tulipewa. The whole team had few maka niko zile tukamaliza tukasmile nini tukatoka tukaenda kutafuta chakula in the middle of the night. The food was bad. That was not because it was terrible. Yeah. and the way watu wapenda kukula hapo. Kwanza Munez, you know Munez is from Embu. Munez hapo Kirinyaga area yake hapo nayo. Also Patoni wa Murima. And watu wako na appetite, and then tuko na Mluya mmoja. So hapa tumekula vizuri. So we'll be coming to your area. Send us an email, tvobinna@gmail.com, and we're going to be coming to your area. We have a conversation with you so the people can also hear your side of the story. On the 28th of June, we are doing the second edition of the Men's Mental Health Awareness Walk. Last year we did the first one. It has never happened in Africa. We did the first one on OBINNA TV studios, spearheaded by myself, and it was amazing. Thank you so much for everybody who came through. This time we're doing the second one. Come through. It's free entry for everybody. We want the women to come through and help us men figure our problems out. We don't talk. And according to the World Health Organization, over 75% of suicides globally is from men. Boy child is hurting, we are lost, we don't know what to do. So our mothers, our sisters, our cousins, tafadhali, mutusaidie. So come through with your men, your sons, your husbands, your dads. Bring them out for Men's Mental Health Awareness Walk on the 28th of June. It's free entry. Iko hapo United Kenya Club. At the moment, we have 0 partners for the show. So if you want to partner with us on that one as well, come through. Sema mimi ndapatia tu tent, mimi ndapatia maji ya kukunywa, mimi ndapatia mziki mupige, whatever. That's all we need. It is a free event. We are not making any profit from it. It's a non-profit initiative for the boy child. So tafadhali, mark it on your calendar, 28th of June 2025, United Kenya Club in Nairobi. Free entry for everybody. Tusipopata hizo mateni tutaifanya bila hizo, but we have to do it the second edition, and we keep going until we work with men, we talk with men, and then we start finding solutions for the problems we are going through, so that we can have an upright society, because without the men, society kidogo inaenda segemnege. Yeah, and also I invite you on 20th of June, pass by. Come, and mom is pro boy child. Mom, come through. Walk with boy child. Let's walk in town kidogo. Let's create the awareness on the mental health issues that we are going through. Thank you so much for watching this live. Thank you so much for inviting us to your home and for sitting with us for all this while. I've really wanted to have this conversation for the longest time.
Thank you very much. When are you coming back?
Anytime. Hapa ni nyumbani sasa.
So what I would suggest then,
yes,
instead of carrying this table back to Nairobi, you leave it here. Then when then I can help you to look for another one in Nairobi.
Hey, wait. Yeah, guys, sasa ule transport wetu hii tuache hapa. Tunatafuta ingine in Nairobi.
Otherwise, I've really enjoyed the show, and thank you very much for coming. It's a great honor. It's a great pleasure for me and Pastor Dorcas.
Okay.
And thank you very much for bringing the girls around here.
Yeah.
You know, I told you here she's the only girl.
Yes.
So when we have many girls here, I'm happy.
Yes.
Hapa chakula iko mingi.
Okay.
As we are not, we lack many things.
Okay.
Myself and Pastor Dorcas. Lakini chakula ya kukula, hiyo Mungu ametupatia. That one iko.
Yes.
So tukule pamoja, and then mukienda muende salama salimini.
Okay.
Mukienda Omega msalimia, ni marafiki yangu. I also pass there once in a while to take a cup of tea.
Okay.
The owner is a great guy and he's doing well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Asante. Oh, my daughters are calling me. They are watching.
Ah.
They are not. Yo, Brianna, you want to say hi to RIIGGY? Aya, si ndio huyu msalimie.
Hi. Uko salama? Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you, and you?
I'm great. You are not asleep this hour.
Where's the rest of the team? And turn on the lights. We can't see you. Turn on the lights. Chap. Where's the rest of the team? Ah, so Brianna is the only one who's still awake.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm fine.
I was here with your dad. We had a great show.
We've been watching you guys.
How did it go?
Nice.
He has really harassed me, but it's okay. So, but we'll take good care of him. We'll be back tomorrow. Don't worry.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Mom, I'll call you later.
Okay.
You should be asleep. You should be asleep. Good night. Okay, I'll call you. 1 minute. Okay. Sorry for that, guys. Comment, like, and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. I've seen the poll is still doing amazing. What shall we conclude by seeing how many votes we have so far? Okay, we have 20,000 votes. If elections were to be held today between RIIGGY G and Ruto, who will you vote for? RIIGGY G is at 93%, Ruto is at 7%. Oh. Wow.
Asante.
Asante. Thank you for watching, guys. We are out. Good night. God bless you. We'll see you guys next time.
Thank you.
All right.
Looking for the perfect getaway along the Nyeri Karatina Highway? Welcome to Omega Gardens Hotel and Spa, Karatina's hidden gem nestled in nature's embrace. Whether you're traveling for business, leisure, or just need a break from the ordinary, Omega Gardens offers you the ultimate experience in comfort, cuisine, and tranquility. Enjoy your premium accommodation, indulge in mouth-watering dining options, and unwind with a range of leisure activities all in one serene location. Omega Gardens and Spa, where relaxation meets elegance.